Oh wow 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 wow, thank you Cozy Dragon Cottage for the head pats.
Welcome back to the cottage, everyone. It's finally gator hugging time once again. I hope you're all doing good.
Your mic is weird, by the way. It sounds echoey.
Echoey?
Yeah, like you're in a tin can.
Why didn't you tell me before the stream?
Hey, I just kind of realized.
Ay, give me a second.
I'm sorry, Stinky.
No, you're stinky. You didn't tell me before the stream, and now I'm going to cry.
Okay, cry.
No. Give me a sec. Let me just, And there we go. It's just a quick restart of a program. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. Sometimes it just puts me in a tin can. But we're out of the tin can. We've escaped. I've only lost one of my fingers, but don't worry, it'll grow back.
No, they don't.
Oh. What do you mean they don't?
They don't grow back.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Who lied to you?
You.
I never said they grow back.
Anyways.
It's time for gator kissing.
Ooh. Load. This one? Yes. You're gonna have to draw me in a tin can now. Oh boy, I'm going in a tin can!
Can I be holding the tin can?
It's like that one fucking scene of like Squidward in the box, like spare change, ma'am, and then just
starts peeking their head out of the can.
It's just Esther in the can, like money.
Money.
Anyways, September 25th. It's been nearly a full month and things are finally starting to feel natural in school now. Well, at least compared to my old schools. Except now I've actually made some good friends.
Holy shit, we have friends.
That's it, Nim. Menu jump scare. I'm pretty sure we're good friends anyways. I don't know how to measure friendship.
I do.
Outside of that party a few days ago, I haven't hung out with any of them outside of school. If friends just hung out at school and good friends did stuff outside of school, where does that put us?
Complicated.
Well, it's still early in the school year. I'll figure out that friendship conversation rate. Friendship conversion rate? What the fuck is a friendship conversion rate? I was like, yes, the friendship conversation, you know, like where do we stand? No, the friendship conversion rate.
That's to know if you've been friend zoned or not.
Nim.
Yeah.
Have I been friend zoned?
By who?
Gator lady.
I wouldn't say so.
Do you think I can hug the gator?
I think you can hug that gator.
Yippee.
I mean, I hug gators on the daily.
I would hope not, unless it's a plushie gator.
No.
Oh.
I want gummy goo plushie.
It's not like I'm rushing either. Shades! Focus! Leaving my current thoughts, I realize I've been in the middle of climbing rock wall in the gymnasium. Huh? Why was I spacing out again? Alright, all the blood rushing to my head. Alright, peel yourself off my majestic gym floor and hit the showers!
It's Solly.
We-
Skater.
No.
Oh.
You know what, that's it. Whistle jump scare. Back to PE with you, Nim!
No, please. I skip PE for a fucking reason. I
Nate.
don't actually skip your classes. I just did not go to it because I was able to not go.
Understandable. Made it just in time. Take my seat right next to Olivia and let myself relax for a second. Olivia is, as usual, doodling away on her notebook. I take a quick peek at her new work, curious to see who she's trying to turn into a caricature today. Instead, the page is filled with various scribbles of what look to be a rat. The only piece of shading for its fur is just on its head, save for a white spot around its eye. Looks like the same one she doodled on the note we passed around in history class. The mirrored mural shows it in various poses and scenarios, some basic and some pretty creative. I can't speak today.
It's okay.
There's even one wearing a cape and wielding a ridiculously giant sewing needle like a sword.
I think that's a reference.
That's a reference to,
Is that a reference to Secret of Nim?
it's been so long since I've read, Rats of Nim.
For anyone wondering, I did not get my name from there.
Haha, look at, it's my boy, the National Institution of Mental Health.
Yeah.
But, whatchamacallit? I don't remember much about the Rats of Nim. I thought it was gonna be something like, what's that mouse with a fucking motorcycle? That guy?
I don't
No?
know.
Me neither. But it might be a Rats of Nim.
Might be the Rats of Nim.
It's your line.
Sorry. I was staring at a pig.
You have a good. Can I see the pig?
Yeah, I'm looking at stream discussion.
I gotta stop for a second. I gotta see that pig. Let me see the pig. Oh. And he's certainly vibing.
Yeah. Sorry. Thanks. Actually, that reminds me. Look who else I drew over the weekend.
She flips a couple of pages in her sketchbook and holds it up for me to see. Much to my surprise, it's none other than Mia. Olivia decided to draw her as what I can only describe as the most flattering of ways as a druggy harlot.
That's
Huh?
just call him a tart and be done with it.
Her clothes are even more ripped than usual attire. Her jacket filled with all kinds of unflattering patches, and her hair is styled into a gaudy mohawk that only detracts slightly from her face filled with piercings and rings. In fact, she has a couple of rings piercing her eyelids, to the point that I think it would be impossible to keep her eyes open from the weight. And that's not even getting into all the tattoos that Olivia's drawn on Mia's face. Can't help but let out a snicker at the sight.
You like?
She's sporting a smug grin as she looks my way. I mean, it's funny. How could she even breathe with all those nose rings?
Doesn't need to. She's full of hot air already.
The girl chuckles at her own joke. I bet if she saw it steam, steam would blow out her ears.
Oh my god, I bet she saw she would just watch, she'd go on Steam.
Oh, yo, we're playing on Steam. Woo.
Yeah, woo.
Wait, you got a raspberry.
Is that good enough?
Yeah. You said it in the Olivia voice, so I was just like, was that good enough?
Yeah.
Can I take 5 now?
Can I go to sleep now? Fucking hell, man. Then she'd stomp around uselessly and then do nothing else.
Seems like you have a pretty good idea on how she works.
She's just predictable. It's not rocket science.
Oh no, it's the bird ladies.
Oh my god, they're hot!
Oh, she got like a whoa.
Oh, because she's a Ceratops.
I know, but like,
Ceratopsian.
ooh.
I
You
wonder
think
if
she
her
could-
hair is kind of like divided in segments, like a front and a back.
You think she gets caught on doors?
I'd imagine the doors are a bit higher.
Fair enough.
I like the raptor girl. She's pretty cute.
Yeah. We're
Oh,
interrupted
that makes
by-
me just want to play Volcano High. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm disappointed at that game.
Really?
Yeah. The game was supposed to be great, and then the dev team just went, and then they had to completely remake it from scratch in half the
Really?
deadline.
That sucks.
So a game that looked like it would be really promising got absolutely shoved into the toilet.
No, that sucks.
It got rightfully negatively reviewed.
No, yeah.
I'm very sad about it. I wanted to play it, but I heard about it and I was like, oh.
Nah, I get that.
But yeah, I was also excited about it. It's one of those games where it's like, no matter what you do, the outcome's the same. And then the story just kind of becomes bland and, yeah.
That sucks.
I know. C'est la vie. We've still got the GATOR game at least.
GATOR.
We were interrupted by a pair of students. I recognize them, though I only know one of their names. Yo!
No, income! Amy, sorry.
Was that you or was that me?
I don't know, but we're here now.
Fair enough.
So I saw that you submitted for your contest, and I just love it. It was so good, I just had to show it my friend.
Giving her friend a Valley Girl accent. Yeah, man, I just had to come see who made what Lunara told me all about. Like, slay. And when she told me, I was
Slay.
like, oh my god! I just knew when I saw you had that artistic spirit. Like, oh my god. You're giving me such good vibes, bro.
I'm gonna kill you.
Pretty damn fantastic, especially for a newbie. Like, OMG. I'm a bit taken aback by her backhanded compliment. Still, it is a compliment. It's the first real one I've heard since coming to St. Hammond. About my art, I mean. Like, oh my gosh, I never introduced myself, did I? My name's Befica. No.
Befica. No, Beefica.
Oh no!
It's Kiara, not Kira.
It depends on where you're from. Considering it's a Valley Girl, though, it's Kiara.
Kiara, yeah.
Since it's a Valley Girl, it's Kiara. If it was Irish, it'd be Kira.
Yeah, that sucks.
I'm Kiara! It's so nice to meet you. Like, if you want to be fancy, you can call me Kira, but that's not my name. So you can call me Kiara.
Keep my friend's name out your fucking mouth!
Ara.
I'm gonna kill
Or whatever you weebs say.
I'm gonna kill you and kill you again. I'm so close to hitting my number, by the way.
Let's go!
I'm so close to hitting 100 before I get my weeb card.
Let's go!
I'm very excited.
Yeah. Likewise. Like, cool. I mean, it's not that great of a piece. It's just something I had on hand. Last minute? Damn, you're selling yourself way too short there. Especially for someone of your stature. A bit short, you know. Could be a little bit taller. Not quite my type.
Doesn't help that the voice tastes awful, sorry.
What does it taste like?
Okay, you know the sensation if you have like too much oil on your fish?
I can't say I do.
Okay, imagine olive oil, right?
Okay.
Mix that with the taste of fish, but not enough to even have it be good. It's just too oily, too slick for you to even get any taste.
So
But
if I
you know
took
that
your
it's
can
there.
of sardines and I drenched it in olive oil.
Well, my can of sardines still have a taste of fish, but this is like you can barely taste the sardine.
So like if I gave you a cod and then oiled it so far that like it just tasted like oil.
Yeah, it's like suffocatingly this taste. Like you can't digest that taste.
Fair enough. I'm glad I've
That's-
made her so disgustingly horrible.
Yeah.
Sorry, not to torment you, but I wanted to try and make her
No.
as big of a bitch as I could.
No, I can handle it. Luckily, I can handle it because I like eating olive oil and fish.
Huh? Anyways,
I
you're on.
eat anchovies.
You're up.
Yeah, I think your work is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm thinking we should like hang out sometime. Like, you know, you, me, my place. I've got Sorry or whatever you fucking weirdo humans play.
Racist.
I fucking do it! I fucking do
Oh,
it!
you slut! Stop trying to get into his pants.
What? I'm just trying to get him to show me how to play chess or whatever the fuck those humans do.
You just said sorry, you slut.
So do you know plumbing? Cause I know how to fix the pipe in your pants. Damn it!
Oh my god. Ah, shit, the bell's ringing soon.
You know what else is gonna be ringing soon?
I'm gonna cry.
Already? Damn. Almost came as fast as you did.
Well, it was nice seeing you again, Inko. Keep up the great work. Be seeing you later.
Yeah, I'll be seeing you real soon, Inko. Like in the back of my car, in the school bathroom, in my closet.
Closet.
There's a cool bush outside. We can do it on my parents'
you better-
mattress.
If you're talking
bye.
about your bush, you better be referring to what's under your pants. Anyways.
Actually, I meant the one outside. Bye.
Hell on earth, hell, pain.
By the way, I'm talking about sex. Bye.
Kill.
I think I perfectly portrayed a horny valley girl.
No, you didn't.
Why do you sound so dead? I love it and hate it at the same time. Good! Good! That's what I was going for. I can't help but smile as my new friends wave their goodbye and depart. A heady? What is a heady feeling? The fuck is that? What is a heady feeling? What does that mean?
At the same time. That's what that's supposed to be. I hate it at the.
No,
They didn't space
no,
it.
right here. A heady feeling.
Oh, it means a lot.
I had to
The
look it up and
large
Google
amount.
gave me their stupid AI.
Oh god.
Yeah, Google's now giving me their stupid AI. Pull out your tool gun and no clip, bro. You're so fucking right. Oh my god, you play Gmod? Anyways. A heady feeling of joy washing through my head as I replay their words of praise repeatedly. In the corner of my eye, Olivia's smile reflects the overwhelming cheer I'm feeling. It seems to vanish the moment I look her way.
Seems like you're becoming talk of the school.
I mean, I hoped I'd get some positive feedback on my work, but I didn't realize it'd be that good. Olivia chews her lip in contemplation before turning to me.
Say, Inko, can I see your submission?
Sure, give me a sec. Luckily, I'm prepared, as not only do I have my portfolio drive, but I finally set up a cloud drive for it. It's as simple as opening up the application on my phone and swiping up the exact digital copy to present it to Olivia. Ta-da! I consider it my magnum opus. Magnum opus. I finally got to say it.
You keep a copy of it on your phone.
I've got my whole portfolio in cloud storage. I learned it was good practice from a couple of artist blogs. So what do you think?
Ew,
Olivia squints at my phone as she does her best to formulate her opinion.
it's, nice. Compost of it is really something.
You mean composition?
Yeah, that. You did great, Inko.
Huh. Getting a compliment from Olivia for my work feels a bit alien to me. But maybe, just maybe, this was the start of something new. Yeah, I can almost feel it now. Incognito, ace photographer, capable of capturing masterpieces through photo lens. Yeah, that has a nice ring to it. Olivia must see my self-congratulatory grin, because her own drops.
Alright, you did good. Don't let it go to your head.
When the grin remains, she forces it off by elbowing me in the chest. Ugh!
Warned ya.
That's going to leave a bruise. With that exchange behind us, Olivia and I get ready for class. As was the norm by now, Mr. Iadicon began class with some violent abuse of school property.
Good morning, good morning. Now settle down, we've got announcements to go over.
I sit back in my seat, suddenly feeling out the spot where Olivia smacked me to check. Yep, bruised. Sheesh. As the pale...
Sorry. I was gonna say, ever since I learned what bruising actually is, I'm just like, ugh.
What do you mean, since you learned what bruising? You've never been bruised?
No, I know what bruising actually is. It's the broken vessels of blood underneath your skin. That bruising is your blood under your skin. It's just too deep that it's not service level.
Yippee! I love internal bleeding.
It's minor internal bleeding. It just means your vessel's broken. They fix each other later.
Fair enough. As the pale pterodon continued on reading from the... I can't fucking read today. Continued on reading from the announcement sheet like he did every day, I found myself lost in my own thoughts. Nothing else really happens that I consider out of the ordinary. Things that are new, like the school itself, are finally starting to become mundane.
Zero's got it right. Zero gets it. Here's Zyra.
Later at lunch, I'm rattling off my best stand-up to Olivia while Damien's out getting seconds. Liz had retreated to her usual space in the rafters. And then he says, "Oh god damn!" Olivia's hand flies to her nose, trying and failing to contain a snort-filled laughter. It sets off a chain reaction as my own laughter spills over in my mouth full of cheap school burger.
God, you suck at comedy, Inko.
Olivia drinks greedily from her canteen to alleviate her sore vocal cords. Is that why you're all out of breath?
It was a pity laugh. Stick to photography.
You got a better one? The mood is slow to settle, but once Olivia has caught her breath, she speaks with a snide smile.
In fact, I do. So, a Triceratops, a T-Rex, and a Rhino-Rex find a lamp.
Breath clamps shut and her eyes go wide. Olivia?
Ah, perfect. I was looking for the two of you.
Olivia casts her eyes down to her lunch, spearing her mystery meat roughly with a talon. Hey, Ben. What's up?
I figured I'd come by and congratulate you on your submission entry.
This again? I mean, it is my best piece, but all the praise for it is still surprising. It's exhilarating, all these compliments and everything. Thanks, man. Hey, maybe I'll be the winner of the contest. What do you think, Olivia? The green gator girl flinches. Ben shakes his head.
Also, Olivia, great to catch you here. Principal Skeller wanted me to remind you that you need to clean up after yourself. Leaving messes in classes can disrupt students in other periods.
Scalar said that? Why not tell Olivia herself?
She's busy. And tired of reminding you.
Olivia scoffs at the mention of our principal, yet keeps her mouth firmly closed. Must not be that important then.
Nico, I just spent my entire second period cleaning up after her mess because she's not taking anything seriously. I'm not supposed to be Scalar's errand boy, and I'm certainly not supposed to be a personal janitor.
Left to frown at Olivia giving Ben the silent treatment. Is it wrong of me to think she'd be more open with everyone else like she is with me?
Do you know how hard it is to scrub baking soda out from the carpet once it's dried? Can you just try not to make other people's lives harder?
Ben, what the hell?
I didn't mean that. I went too far, sorry.
Olivia tries shooting me an indifferent glaze. Glaze?
Glaze.
Indifferent
Donut.
gaze. That's it. Jump scare.
Uh,
It cracks a bit into embarrassment when I don't return it. Ben's comment is completely uncalled for. I can't just stand around. She's not going to even defend herself. Come on, Ben. Leave her alone.
My point being, Olivia, this is completely ridiculous. I expect better from you.
Expect? How can you have expectations for her? That came out a little wrong.
Well, I expect her to do the bare minimum and not waste my time.
Olivia doesn't even bother looking at Ben. Instead, she's looking at me with that sad face until she quietly wheels away from us. I think I went a little too far there.
Man.
Pinches his brow and sighs. And left standing here with student council president, I wondered what I had done that earned me Olivia's ire just now. That bad?
Mia really wanted me to have lunch with her today. She's definitely going to give me an earful after school.
He glances at his phone and grimaces at the notifications.
Spoke too soon? She's giving me one now.
You should probably grab your lunch while there's still time. Ben glances up one of the clocks in the lunchroom. It's only about 10 minutes left of lunch.
Ah, you're right. The lines usually closed 5 minutes ago.
His fist hammers in his palm in epiphany.
Oh, use the vending machines out there. Anything good there?
I've been enjoying the atomic hot taquitos recently. Oh, what now?
Very spicy.
Why is it spelled that way?
Taquitos.
Did
Like Cheetos.
But Damien tells me he's a bigger fan of the bitter melon bites. Sorry, you're right, Zyra. I gotta pronounce it correctly. The atomic hot taquitos.
Bitter melon it is. I don't think my tail could handle that amount of capsaicin.
Aha, capspacin. Ben gets up from his seat.
Alright, I'll go check it out. Let's see.
One of his feet gets caught on the stool, and he stumbles headfirst. Right into Damien's tray, stacked high with mystery meat. He face plants right through the tray and onto the floor. On the bright side, mystery meat cushions his fall.
At least he didn't break his fucking chin.
On the dark side, the mystery meat cushions his fall. Whoa, Ben, you alright?
Susie! It's Susie Deltarune, look!
Oh my god, Susie Deltarune, hi! I jump from my seat to go help him up. Instinctively, I take a look around the cafeteria. All eyes are on us. I can already hear it starting. Various murmurs about the safety of the student council president. Murmurs that are starting to break into jeers. I know how this song and dance goes. It's over for Ben. He gets up, dusts off his blazer.
Not exactly what I said meet and greet, Damien.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry. All of a sudden, the entire attitude of the cafeteria shifted before my eyes. Susie Deltarune fucks off.
Ah, Susie Deltarune, come back.
The jeers were deflected into general amusement that permeated throughout the room. One of the nearby students stands up and hands him a few napkins to wipe his face off.
Hey, thanks.
How does he manage to stay composed while covered in mystery meat? I'm both impressed and jealous. You okay? Thought you couldn't eat meat.
Nah, even if I swallowed any, it'd take a lot more than that to be any issue. Be fine, thanks for the concern though.
Even as he brushes off the lunchroom grime, Ben carries himself with dignity. If that had been me... This guy has some seriously quick wit. No, there's probably a little more to it than that. Man, I was looking forward to eating that. Why on earth did you even have that much meatloaf? I asked the cafeteria lady earlier this morning to let me have the leftovers. Oh, now it's gone a bit to waste. His eye remains on the floor. Some poor ginger's gonna have to mop all that up. Maybe. Don't even think about it. I like the glare, just like, ugh. Aww. Bell signaling us to our next class tolls. The fist fights and gang wars cease on command. Everyone starts milling towards the exits. Cafeteria empties, although I can clearly see the bend-shaped meatloaf angel still on the floor.
My fucking meatloaf!
There's a familiar, rubbery, textured feeling on my fingertips. My instincts have kicked in, and going for my camera to capture the moment. Afterwards, a sense of shame rolls over me. I don't even consider capturing something like this, especially when it's happening to my friend. I get up from my seat with a heavy sigh, finally head to my next class. No, it's funny! Take a picture of that!
Hey, remember the time you got, when you accidentally fell into a bunch of meat? Anyways, I got a picture of it.
That's funny! That's funny! That's something that you don't, like, share around to everybody. That's something that you, like, print out and give it to the friend who, like, it happened to. Just be like, hey, remember that time you fell down? Here you go.
You took a picture of what? But then you move on, because it's funny.
Dude, I'm like, if something like that happened to me and somebody handed it to me, I would be embarrassed, but then laugh my ass off at it.
Yeah.
I hope Ben will have the time to clean up before photography. He's got 5 minutes. Damn, they only give you 5 minutes in between classes? They give us 7, and then after that they give us 9.
No, 5 minutes straight, that's all you get.
No, we got 7 minutes because our campus was pretty big. And then they were like, it's not enough. Here's 9 minutes because our campus is getting more confusing.
Okay. Here, wait, I want to ask you a question.
Ah?
Alright. I'm gonna ask you, which flavor should I eat, okay?
Okay.
Key lime shell,
Key lime shell.
or Florida orange, or cookies and cream.
Key lime shell.
Key lime shell?
I like lime.
Okay. Crunchy nim. I know! It actually was coconut. Sorry.
Haha, crunchy. On my way for... Hold on.
Key lime shell it is. It's because I have special chocolates.
On my way to photography, I'm still a bit caught up by what just happened. I think I'm starting to see how Ben accomplished that. I mean, ordinarily an incident that embarrassing would be detrimental to your social standing. On my first day, I went through something like that, an event so humiliating that people were spreading rumors for days. Sure, they died out pretty quick, but the fact is that it happened. One moment, everything's fine, and then suddenly something you couldn't even seen coming just upends your life. Something like that can happen all the time, to anyone.
Yeah.
Something that's always terrified me. Something that just happened to Ben, only... he was exempt. He was quick on his feet, diffused the situation faster than it could have even really started. It's like... disaster avoidance. I seriously think it's one of the most important skills one can have. To have everything under control, to see trouble from a mile away, make it a non-issue even when it takes you by surprise. That sort of social capital is something I need. Maybe it's a little selfish, but if I were seen that way, and then any sudden happenings would be forgiven instantly. Of course, Ben isn't alone. The world is full of people with that skill. Only I'd be lying if I said most of them deserved it.
Lawful, you are so right and real.
Most people who are able to get away with stuff use their unique ability for just that, getting away with stuff. What should be as a blessing of a social buffer is just some enabling trait to theirs, a charismatic get-out-of-jail-free card. If I had that ability, I'd use it to push myself to my limits, both artistically and productively. That's my ultimate goal. Ben is one of those good ones, definitely. He's definitely earned my respect over this.
Watch out, turns out he's gonna be like a fucking serial killer.
Let's go! I can't wait for the murder mystery of this story.
Me either.
Question remains, though. How do I get like that?
Nah, gotta be comedic and quick with it.
Here's the trick. Make everybody fear you now.
That's what I did in my fucking elementary school. They feared and loved me.
Huh.
Shit worked. Nobody made fun of me, and people liked me.
Terrifying.
It's when I figured out the game easy.
Ooh.
At least early on.
That line of thinking is cut short as I round the next corner. Was it you or me who voiced Mia?
I did it, and then you did it. So I can do it again.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Wanted to talk with you, Olivia.
Center of the hallway intersection, I see Mia and Olivia.
Oh wait, you did that. You did Mia.
Oh, sorry, huh? I wanted to talk with you, Olivia.
Oh no. Oh no, this bit. Oh no, she probably saw the drawing.
Wait, there's Triceratops lady.
Oh, and the same girl too. Lunara.
Come the fuck on now, Olivia. Don't be such a killjoy. I'm trying to be nice here. The grin on Mia's face is jovial as she stands over before the wheelchair-bound girl, her tail lazily swaying as she eyes Olivia. Man, I never even realized how lethal those spikes on her tail look.
Because they are. It's a thagomizer.
After all, have to be nice to someone as talented as Olivia, don't I? Behind her are a pair of similarly smiling Saurian girls. Actually, wait a minute. Those two... they're Mia's friends? I mean, she knows her way around a palette and a canvas. Right, Olivia? Paraplegic Picasso here.
Oh my god.
That's you, right? I can't imagine how useless you must feel otherwise. I'm so glad you're able to put those thoughts aside and paint some things you like. Mia takes a step forward towards Olivia, her previous expression taking on a more ominous air. Yet for all that talent and untapped potential, you seem to lack some of the most basics expected of a functioning young adult. Mia's lips part, revealing a cruel grin. I hear you've been a really dirty, messy little baby, leaving your stuff everywhere in class and getting it all over the place. They should stick you in a cute little bib. Kiara and Lunara laugh, jeering loudly at Olivia. Mia snaps her fingers, causing the two of them to go quiet. I still don't want to believe it. Those two, they were so nice to me. What are they doing with Mia? I know them, they're smart. They know if this is what it looks like, it's horrible. They're not the kind of people to punch down like this. They all decided to do this, right? So what's going on? Is there more to this situation? Mia takes another step forward, figure now looming over Olivia as she looks down with a cruel sneer on her lips. Normally I wouldn't waste my time trying to single you out, but I'm gonna use this moment to make you get the picture. Benny was supposed to join me for lunch, but he had to stay behind to clean up after the mess you made. You've got your issues, you can't ride a bike, whatever. That's your fucking problem. Stop making it mine, Livia. Or do I need to start being a problem for you? Yeah, does Ben look like your nanny? Or daddy? No. Well, she does come pre-packaged with the stroller.
Come on, Mia, that's crossing the line. Not like she could stand up to you. Or anyone.
What? Just chatting with Liv here. But if I did hurt your feelings, I'm really sorry. Kiara's beak clicks loudly and repetitively, while Lunara's hands cover her maw to hide a giggle. Oh, don't take it so personally, Livia. I'm just teasing ya. Right, Liv? We're all just one big happy family here. Lord knows some of us here could use one. I don't even know how to respond to that. I want to hear both sides of the story here. What history Mia and Olivia have for a confrontation like this. I just think
that she's a blonde bitch.
Yeah. I think getting this upset over her missing lunch with Ben is extreme, but Mia's friends remain by her side, completely steadfast against Olivia. Is it that bad? And yet Olivia says nothing to her. She has her head atop the knuckles of her hand, like I would during Prockling's history lessons. There were moments where Olivia's tail would press on the floor, shifting her chair to the back or to the side. It looked like she was attempting to sidestep the conversation with that muscular tail, but Mia's own movements cut off her escape attempts. Mia returns to a calm stare. There's no more motion, but the staring contest was a fight in its own way. The first to look away would lose. Olivia's frigid indifference with Mia's piercing gaze. Kiara ends up dropping her phone and both glare at her simultaneously. A draw. Kiara, I swear I'll kill you one of these days! Olivia takes the opportunity to move past Mia. Goodbye! Mia takes no time to toughen her stance and continue her spew of insults. What? Leaving so soon? No response. And so quickly? That's almost normal walking speed. I was honestly thinking you need a cooler nickname to go with your need for speed. Hot Wheels. In an instant, Olivia stops to a squeaking halt. Gone was her stoic face. In its place were eyes wide with shock.
Ooh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I've got a bad feeling.
Me too.
There might be a reason why she's wheelchair bound. And why she's not with her parents.
Alright, you're lying.
How the hell?
Olivia's pace falters. Mia quickly steps ahead again and places a foot on her left wheel. Your brain-dead finhead friend told me that back in gym class. He went on and on about how you had it back when you were still soiling your diapers. Honestly, I think you should embrace it. So say it. Well?
Don't say that. You can't say that on Twitch.
I know. Are you stupid, you stupid bitch? Fucking say it. God, do you need fucking speech therapy too? Say it!
Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels! See, I knew you could do it. Kinda fitting. I agree with half of it. Olivia's claws dig into her armrests. Maybe that's the nuance. The point is that only half of it works. Mia turns to look at Kiara and Lunara, eliciting some more giggling from them. I'm sure you wouldn't mind us making it cool again though, right? I mean, you were such a winner back then. Mia leans in close, her voice now with a harsh stage whisper as she glares daggers through Olivia. What's wrong, Hot Wheels? Don't want to talk anymore? Am I not good enough for you? Even from afar, I can tell that Olivia is starting to lose her composure. Her tail stays limp on the floor, as if the energy to hold it was drained away. Oh my god. I think this is bullying. No shit!
You don't say?
No shit! I didn't want to believe it. But it's undeniable now. By the textbook, bullying. It's unfair. It's like when you're in the line to use the restroom after hours and hours of waiting, and someone cuts in front of you. Completely inexcusable.
This idiot.
Is this the part where I should step in? What do I even say? I have to at least try, right? It's my duty as a fellow student.
No, it's your duty as a basic fucking human being.
Maybe I don't need to say anything at all. Just being present for Olivia against the Horde. It certainly wouldn't help if I've got a bigger target on my back for Mia. Olivia wrenches herself free from Mia's foot, continues down the hall. The others follow like vultures. Oh man, I need to think and act fast.
Please tell me it's a choice. Okay, never mind. This would have been a good point for a choice, but here we fucking are.
My legs move on their own and I cross into the hallway. I instantly noticed Mia's already registering my presence and her expression changes. My heart starts beating quicker and harder. Time's up for being indecisive.
Defend Olivia.
I agree. You! Screw it. If Olivia's not going to defend herself, then I will. Oh no. I feel like this is not going to go well.
Oh no.
Then what have you done?
No, in my opinion, I would have fucking... I got the strong... Whenever I get mad enough, I get the strong urge to just bite someone. I'd bite that bitch any day of the year.
Damn.
But especially now, I would... No, I wouldn't even bite. I'd throw up. I'd fucking backhand.
I thought you said
Throw
I would
punch,
throw up.
backhand. Yeah, I'd throw up on her. Biohazard.
Like, hey, guess what I can do?
It's a biohazard, and if I do it quick enough, it'd melt her. Like, it'd melt her fucking shirt and shorts. Ruin it.
How the fuck are you gonna throw up bile that quickly without it just, like, diluting?
You don't understand how fast I can throw up.
Fear.
I can control my stomach.
Hey, what's going on here? Just...
Your mic just got the way it went.
Hey! Hey!
Alright.
Whoa, hey, what's going on here? Oh, good lord, it's Basic Baldy coming to save the day now. Piss off, new guy. You don't score any points doing this. I grit my teeth, as if this were for popularity. Luckily, I know what to do in this situation. Hey, I can go get a teacher right now. This is how my classmates treat each other. I'm disappointed. Especially you two, Lunara, Kiara. Kiara and Lunara look aside a bit, more aware of their situation now that I've pointed it out. Do you know him? Yeah.
Sorry.
Very good. Doesn't surprise me Lunara's gotten cozy with him, but come on, dude.
We weren't ganging up on Olivia.
You were! I saw all of it! How you all bullied her! Bully? Really? Mia spits out the word bully like it's the word of the day in kindergarten. Somehow it makes me feel silly for saying it. You're gonna tell me to pick on someone my own size next? What? Did you even hear me? I said I'd go get a teacher. All the people my own size think I killed them already. Kidding! Really need to loosen up, huh? You ignoring me? I said, I heard you the first time, idiot. Instead of repeating yourself over and over like a freaking idiot, how about you try and how about you try a threat that actually scares me? Suspension doesn't scare you? She smiles. Let's just call it friends in high places.
Ben.
Look, just cut Olivia some slack. Shut that gullet of yours. Hey, Olivia, I think your paladin here hasn't graduated night school yet. You wouldn't like it if I were you.
You wouldn't like it if it were you.
You wouldn't like it if it were you. Mia laughs. Dryly. Why the fuck are you trying so hard? It's hilarious. You just trying to get a piece of that leathery gator tail? What the fuck? Yes, fuck. Exactly that. Let me slip something that works into those pants, babe. Huh?
That's sexual harassment?
The two start chortling again.
Or just straight harassment. No, that's harassment, anything.
Mia forces me lower on their social scales. They're compromised. My face heats up. I'm starting to see red. And yet I'm frozen in place. How can she just claim something like that without hesitation?
Oh my, he's not even responding at all.
His head is so red. He's totally into gumping it. This was a mistake.
No, it wasn't.
No, it's for Olivia. They're not focusing on her anymore. I could still fix this. Take a step forward and continue my argument, but Olivia grabs me by the wrist. She gives me a pleading look, one that makes my thoughts stop in their tracks. Oh, isn't that sweet? See, she knows you shouldn't be embarrassing yourself more than you already have. Is that true? She gives a single solemn nod. How touching. Hey, it's getting late. You gonna clean up your fucking act or what? She glares at Mia, then to me, then back. Another single nod. Oh, so I can try basically anything with you and it's no dice, but when things get rough for him, things change? Good to know. Three saunter off around the corner. I turn to Olivia, who in turn scowls and wheels past me without a word. I reach out to her. Olivia, are you... She smacks my hand away. I'm sorry. It's just that I couldn't sit back and let Mia trash talk you like that. Olivia stops in her tracks for a moment, her head turning back towards me. In her eyes, I don't see anger or sadness, only disappointment.
And just...
Her citrine eyes are downcast, her claws kneading the cheap leather of her armrest. It takes me a second to realize Olivia isn't talking to me.
Forget it.
Olivia doesn't even wait for me to say anything back at her request. Her arm is pushing roughly on the rims of her chair, which takes off down the hall without so much as even giving anyone the time of day. You want to go back and see what the other option was?
To be honest, I'm happy with how we're going.
I saved here, just so we can come back.
That is true, but I'm kind of just happy knowing what we know. If you want to do it, go ahead. But I'm happy with what we got.
Fair enough. I'm wondering what show support would have looked like. I'm gonna go back just out of curiosity of what show support would have looked like.
All right.
As much as I want to go off on Mia and her posse, Olivia wouldn't want me to try standing up for her again. Not after how I tried to handle it with Ben. Besides, I'd probably fumble the words and make myself look like a fool anyways. You don't say...
He's such an idiot.
I love him. He's stupid.
He's such an idiot.
So there's not really much I can do. But what I can do is nothing. Say nothing. Do nothing. Just wait for Olivia to pass by. She stops a bit in confusion, but quickly remembers she's currently on the run. When she passes by, I follow down the same hallway, slowing my pace to be slightly behind her. Olivia turns to look at me with equal parts surprise and dread. I think a part of her fears that I'm about to say or do something really stupid. Instead, I merely give a warm smile. To be picked on by that many people at once, all certain they're doing no wrong, it's terrifying. Moments like this, she should know someone's got her back. Even if I have nothing to offer, at least the playing field will be a bit less one-sided. Now that she has someone beside her. The hell? Hey, I know that jacket. And I know that bullseye for a head from a mile away. The group starts following behind us. Olivia glances over to me, and I return another small smile. Well, well, if it isn't Baldy. Coming in to save the day or something? I don't respond. Instead, I keep my head forward and keep on walking with Olivia. That seems to catch Mia a bit off guard, so I can hear the gears in her mind visibly start to turn. Hey, I'm still talking to you, Hot Wheels! The sound of shuffling boots starts to gain on us. Just because you have Baldy here now to protect you isn't going to save you from your hide. Neither him nor your dipshit friends. I can see Olivia's claws digging into her armrest at the name, but otherwise, she maintains her apathetic leer. The more we walk, the more obscenities Mia keeps blurting out to try and get a rise out of either of us. This is why you don't have any real friends, you skipless salamander! I don't know if Olivia has a plan, because I can't fully understand why she's letting Mia walk all over her like this. But I remain steadfast, and believe that she knows what she's doing. It's all I really can do. Who'd even want to be friends with a cripple like ya? I can hear Mia laughing at her own words. Olivia, please change your mind and waste this bitch. Ah, so you got something to say now, Hot Wheels? She shrugs.
If that's how you feel, Mia.
What? Olivia doesn't say anything else. She only turns around and begins to wheel herself down the hallway. For a moment, I stand in place and watch as Mia tries to process what just happened. Even her posse looks confused, unsure of what to say.
You really got it, Mia?
Yeah, definitely showed that leathery bitch. Mia jerks her head to her cohorts and glares at them, angered by their pity comments. Then she stares at me down with obsidian daggers in her eyes. Well, that's my cue to leave. With the grace of a headless chicken, I scramble down the hallway to catch up with Olivia.
Honestly, I prefer this more than the other one.
I was gonna say.
We can continue off of this one. I like this one more.
I was gonna say, I feel like this is more like, because defending is one thing. Like, you're just making a fool out of yourself to get the, like, the blades off, you know? Like, this is like you're just stepping in to show that you're there.
Yeah.
Which, in some cases, I feel like is better.
I feel like the defending option could have been a bit more well done, though.
I mean, he's kind of an idiot, though. He doesn't seem like the most charismatic guy.
But he literally could have been like, defend Olivia, take a picture of the event, that's what he's known to do, and then go to confront.
Dude, half the time he forgets he has a camera and then is like, oh right, I have it with me.
This fucking idiot.
Rounding the corner, there's no Olivia to be found. Where'd she go? I suddenly hear Lunara's voice echoing down the hallway, followed closely by Mia's.
Mia, what are you doing?
Get back here, you fucks! Oh no. Oh, no. Not alone. Not with them. Dread fills me as I hear the pursuing predators' heavy footsteps approach me. I'm grabbed from behind. I'm dead. Whoa! Suddenly, I'm violently pulled aside, right into the school's elevator by the collar of my jacket. Oh, thank God, it wasn't Mia. She jams the key into the slot and smashes the button for the second level. As the doors close, we hear Mia roar out for us. Next time I see those two again, I'll make sure that oversized cue ball is used for that wheelchair of hers instead. Thankfully, the elevator's doors close shut. The car jerks upwards before making its descent. Never knew I'd feel grateful to be in this death trap. Oh, hey, Mia. I just like... As I catch a breath I unknowingly held, my eyes align with a pair of silver serpentine eyes.
I appreciate what you did for me back there.
Surprised. I'm not sure what to say back, really. Instead, I smile back and nod. In return, she gives me a half smile before recomposing herself.
You should, roll with me in the elevator now.
How come?
Well, you've just become enemies with her. If she sees you, there'll be a lot of gum under her boot.
Joy.
Yeah, your best bet is to avoid her now. This way you'll stay out of the hallways.
I appreciate it.
Don't mention it.
Wait. The elevator will stop Mia from beating the snot out of me and the entire rest of the school?
Yes.
Ah! We hear the small electronic bing as the elevator and the doors slide open. Much better.
Much better.
History class.
I like this better.
Yeah. History class is as bland as it usually is. Rockling continues prattling on about some sort of historical event, but most of my attention is on Olivia. She has her hoodie over her head, looks lost in thought. The altercation must have shaken her up more than I thought it would. Part of me wants to ask if she'll be okay, even though I already asked 3 times already. But the last thing I'd want to do is prod at her. Soon enough, the class nears its end. Olivia uses her accommodation to leave the class early. Besides, we can talk about it after school if she wants to anyways. The more I think about it, the more I realize I had my first real confrontation with a bully at school. I'd heard once that when you get into a fight for the first time, you throw up from the adrenaline. No fists were thrown, but I feel about the same right now. I wring my hands together, trying to steady them. Jeez, I'm a wuss. I stood up to Mia and Olivia, and I end up in this mess. Except to Mia with Olivia, not and Olivia. The final class ends, and I'm set free for the day. Stepping out of St. Ham's main entrance, I'm surprised to see my friends huddled together in a tightly knit group. I usually don't see any of them after school. I always assumed they left as soon as the bell rang. Hey guys, what's going... Inko! Damien looked exceptionally worried as he glances at me. Inko, you believe me, right? Pardon? Olivia's nostrils flare with an exasperated snort. I didn't mean for any of that to happen! What's the matter, Damien? When Mia asked about that nickname and stuff from a long time ago, I just blurted it out. She didn't say she'd use it for something so... unscrupulous. What a fucking...
They say unscrupulous.
So unscrumptious, bro. I'm ashamed it took me more than a moment to figure out what was happening here. Yes, Damien feels culpable for what Mia said, but why? You don't know what that word means. Who cares? Inko, really, I didn't mean for any of that to happen. Hey, I believe you, man. Your heart was in the right place. Olivia told us about what happened with Mia, calling her some nickname. Damien leans back over an unresponsive Olivia, hands spread in supplication. She said you were there too. I was, yeah. Olivia, you loved that nickname back when we were kids. Damien's words were dismissed with the roll of her smoky eyes. He really didn't mean it, Olivia.
I know already.
For a split second, she bore row upon row of sharp teeth before gnashing her maw in frustration. Olivia's nostrils flare out with a huff of hot breath again. I could practically see everything from her day finally weighing on her.
You were just being you again, Damien. Sometimes I wish you weren't. But whatever.
There's a grittiness to her voice once more, but she continues on. She holds her canteen up to her lips, but drops it immediately. Empty again. The grit in her voice is back, but she presses on.
And the nickname is just that. A nickname. I don't want to hear it again. Especially from her, and especially if it's just going to get under my skin.
Olivia stares at Damien for a while before breaking contact to glance at Liz and I. Why not? Wait, did I say that? Why did I ask that? It just kind of came out. Liz notices Damien still organizing his thoughts. Seeing as neither of the others are going to answer coherently, she sighs. Well, I wasn't around for this, but when they were freshmen in middle school, Damien and Olivia would take the bus every weekend to the arcade in the city. I guess he came up with the nickname around then, and it stuck. That's half right, but I didn't come up with it. I brought a chunk of change for us to play stuff with each other. A match on just about anything there was a quarter, probably still is.
What happening on?
But I don't think I won even once. Once she stood to win or something. It's like a switch went off in her head. I'd never seen Olivia get like that. Some of the teenagers were watching too. They saw everything. A couple challenged her. Once I ran out of cash, and sure enough, she ended up clearing the house all afternoon. Wait. Okay. When she stood to win something, okay.
Oh, you thought she actually stood up?
Yeah, I was like, huh? It was all she talked about at school all week until we decided we could go back for more. Only took like a month for her to be recognized as some local champion. Sometime along the way, people started calling her Hot Wheels. I don't remember really who or when, but I do know it's proof how she got that fire in her. Wow, yeah, I had fun back then. Guess I forgot I wasn't supposed to bring it up. Have things really changed that much?
And you did. Again.
Damien hisses to himself. Sorry.
Just can't help yourself. No, you're right. That was the best time of my life. The name Hot Wheels belongs to 10-year-old me.
Didn't you just say freshman?
Maybe they age differently. Not current me.
Hey, that's a great story. You recognize so well and you get a cool nickname? Sounds amazing to be a champion, being a winner. Why all the disdain from the title?
I'm not.
What?
I'm not a winner anymore.
Because you don't go to the arcade anymore? It's the one I'm thinking of. It's only like half an hour away. Olivia looks at Liz like she just recommended everyone watch the newest Netsticks anime. Well, if the story's anything to go by, I'd like to see you be a winner again. Olivia's breath seems to hitch for a moment. And I'm sure those guys want to see it too. But these guys, not those guys, these guys.
These guys,
Fuck
not
those guys. Fuck those guys.
But these guys.
Damien's the one that dragged you to our lunch table all this time, right? Look at him. He's nearly keeled over because he's afraid of losing that part of you. And Liz? I think I'd like to see why you and Damien are really close friends. Yeah. Just as quick as I'd gained the bravado to speak up, my words left me immediately. I think I accidentally put Olivia on the spot there. Whoops.
Wow.
Tail rolls along the ground a bit in contemplation.
If you guys really care that much about it, I wouldn't mind it from you guys.
Yo!
Damien Pog!
Oh! All at once, Damien lights up. Yes! Alright, Hot Wheels is back!
You guys refers to Liz and Inko.
Haha! Damien's shoulders drop for a moment, but he quickly recovers. Hey, if we're getting the name out again, we should go visit the arcade together sometime.
I'd rather not.
Okay, then how about a better name, like... Death Roll. Olivia swings her tail around to trip him, but he's not fast enough to jump over it. But he's fast enough to jump over it. Damien's words flood out as he tries to contemplate new nicknames for Olivia to try and appease her, many of which are shot down by her, or leave Liz and I chuckling.
Death Roll's cool!
Literally, she is a gator.
Yeah. I remember when I learned how to death roll.
Huh?
Yeah, I learned it. Swimming.
Whack. I'm never going into the water with you.
I'm gonna death roll you.
I'm gonna fucking go into the water. I'm just gonna, like, feel my arm getting twisted in 5 different ways.
Yeah.
Gradually, our giggles died down, and the 4 of us chatted a bit more about the day in general. Eventually, Damien and Liz headed their respective ways, with Olivia deciding to stick around. Most of the school has filtered out their various homebound rides to their after-school activities, leaving Olivia and I all alone.
Nay, I'll roll with you.
Really? I mean, I don't mind, of course.
It's nothing. House is only a few blocks away anyway. Besides, I'm sure somebody would beat you up and take your lunch money if I didn't.
There's plenty of time to make it to the next train, so the 2 of us take it easy. He's gonna miss the train anyways, isn't he?
Yeah, bet ya.
The sun finally managed to break through the autumn clouds, making the walk almost unreasonably warm. Man, I thought the last day of summer was weeks ago.
Nah, if it was, I wouldn't mind staying longer warm. I wouldn't mind it staying warm longer, though.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who's struggling to English today.
Yeah. Feels pretty great to me.
I like this. It's over.
It's over.
Olivia gives her chair an extra hard push, letting herself glide by unaided for the long...
For long enough.
Olivia gives her chair an extra hard push, letting herself glide by unaided for long enough to stretch out her arms and bask in the sunlight. What is it? Why glide by unaided? Why not just say glide unaided?
Glide by.
Oh, man. I can't English! I don't understand this shit! Why are words
choose
difficult?
a dating game?
Words are difficult! I wanted to hug the gator!
You can hug the gator, but if you're gonna hug the gator, you gotta learn how to read. bricks at this guy.
You know what? That's it. I'm gonna pet Tiny Esther. Nobody can stop me.
Yeah, you can pet Tiny Esther.
Ah ha ha, Mama can't speak.
Threw brick at your head.
Thank you. I might have figured out you like the heat.
No, what? Because I'm a dino. You're a gator!
No, not like that.
I'm just playing. Relax. Pretty touchy on that stuff, aren't you?
We must finally make it to the train platform, nestled as it is off the main street. I can see the train a few blocks away, our walk timed up with its arrival perfectly. I just think it's important to be educated is all.
Even if you're, what, the only human at our school?
Olivia flashes me a cheeky grin as my train pulls up. Gotta admit, but her mischievous nature is a little infectious. As the train doors open, I leave Olivia with one final jab, something I knew she'd appreciate. Hey, whatever you say, Hot Wheels. I neatly dodge out of the way of her slashing claws, stepping smartly onto the train as the doors close.
Ego, you son of a bitch! Get back here!
As the doors ding shut behind, I can see an irate and still blushing Olivia waving her fist as the train begins to pull away. Still giggling, I manage to squeeze myself into a seat next to a yellow-scaled woman smelling faintly of hot dogs.
Yo!
You know, I may pay for that comment later.
No, you will.
But the look on her face was totally worth it.
I mean, we were allowed to say it.
As the school year progresses, the days start to feel like they're moving along much faster. A part of it may be the change of season, however slight that change may be. It's over.
It's dead.
Juicy. While the calendar says it's officially fall, the only thing I've really noticed is the increasing number of clouds in the sky. Better safe than sorry, though. That's why I brought my fancy... Excuse me.
I think the line was compact carbon fiber umbrella, then...
So let me try that again. Umbrella.
Holy shit, it's a seal. or...
I like the seal. She was like,
Drink.
I did.
I'm not drinking.
Egg.
Egg.
Ah.
Egg.
Egg. Still, things have started to be routine for me in the mornings. Wake up, throw out my clothes, consider eating breakfast before realizing I'd wrecked my stomach. Walk to the station with a featherlight umbrella in hand. I need to get a new umbrella, mine's all busted up.
Oh shit.
Wouldn't you know it, I end up having another chat with Mr. Ferris on the ride to school.
Hello, Mr. Nito. How are you this morning?
Doing
Don't
fine.
even say anything, just continue.
I'm sorry, you're right.
I'm doing well. So my niece told me over the weekend that you and Olivia are in a predicament of sorts.
Yeah, Olivia's being picked on by someone, but it's not a problem anymore.
I see. Well, that's unfortunate to hear. And strange, considering the substantial funding the school gets for anti-student harassment programs. What good is all that tax money if classmates are still ragging on each other?
And how?
Good use of it!
If it means anything, Olivia knows how to handle herself. I was there to support her.
That's fine. But the issue is this sort of thing shouldn't be happening to begin with. Ahem.
I think that's him clearing his throat.
That aside, Liz has gotten somewhat enthusiastic recently regarding Olivia. She's surprised how animated she's gotten. Ever since that get-together at Randall's place, I think. I'd wager you have something to do with it. No?
Maybe a little. Yeah, it was certainly rocky in the beginning, but we've been warming up to each other. It's nice seeing a different side of her, even if it's brief. I don't know. Can I take credit for that?
We all have unique chances to make change, Inko. Why are you picking his nose? If you're good at grasping them, that in and of itself is something to be proud of.
How do you know it's really a chance to do anything? Let's add a deep, reverberating chuckle.
Well, to flip to our usual script and let you in on an old phrase, a friend of mine once told me, if you see a fork in the road, take it.
Yeah? Thanks, Mr. Ferris. Like my mornings, the school days have become a Why am I yawning
You're
so
so
much?
tired as hell.
Why am I yawning so much?
Might be
Not
because of
even
the
late.
day.
Ah, I think I just ate too much pasta.
You might just be too eepy, man.
I'm good. Give me 1 second.
Your mind says no.
Let me just get the yawns out. Hold on.
You're making other people yawn! Fucking...
Okay. What you call it? I made Alfredo tonight. Okay, what you call it? I got a question for you, Nim.
Yeah.
You make pasta. Like, let's say you just have like one of those like small, like 16-ounce like pasta sauce things. Do you like put a little bit of it, or do you put like all of it in there?
I just have butter.
Okay. Let's say
I'm
you have a whole stick
autistic.
of. Let's say you have a whole stick of butter. Do you put the whole stick of butter in there, or do you just put like a little bit?
I don't have a stick of butter. I have a tin of butter and I scoop it out with spoon. And then sometimes I eat a little butter for myself as a treat.
Nim, can I make you muffins?
Yeah.
There's butter in the muffins.
Yippee! I love butter!
Like my mornings. What?
I get my butter love from my grandma.
I'm not even gonna question what the fuck you just said.
Don't quote me on that. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Oh fuck, oh no. No. Oh no.
There you go. Anyways.
Okay, I guess.
Like my mornings, the school days have become a routine as well. Slave through PE with Damien. See how Olivia's new doodles and sketches in art class. Watch Liz lose her mind and tutoring Damien at lunch. Talk shop with Ben. But now I have to avoid Mia like the plague, because she's surely out to kill me. All said, I think St. Hammond has been my best school experience out of... Man, I've lost count of how often I've moved. Must be the fresh head trauma. As for today,
No.
it's been raining pretty often recently, so Coach Solly made us play more dodgeball in the
God,
gym.
we're sweating like hell.
Yeah.
Jesus. God, I could never.
Mia was definitely gunning for me the way she launched them at me with the speed of a catapult. I rest in Ioticon's class, popping my spine against the curve of my chair. Aw, me too. Hold on. Stretch break.
Nobody redeemed stretch.
I'm gonna stretch.
Use a bitch.
Oh. Not quite the crack that I was looking for, but still a good crack.
You wanna hear a good crack?
Boy, did you just put some, like, dry pasta in your mouth? The fuck was that?
My knuckles. My fingies.
How the fuck you sound like SpongeBob when he cracked his knuckles and broke all his fingers?
It's cause I have a disorder.
Oh.
I've got too many.
Crack your bones. Apparently today's a short day because of some assembly, so the period will end much earlier than usual. Also means we got most of the period to slack off, do homework. I glance at the desk next to me in hopes of catching Olivia's latest artistic visual masterpiece, but I notice she's not drawing, instead only fidgeting. Hey, Olivia, you seem a bit nervous. Everything alright?
Yeah. Sorry, it's just that I've been hearing rumors that the school shared drive might have been corrupted.
Wait, really?
Yeah, really.
How would something like that even happen?
Not sure, but I'm scared that it might have messed with the art contest submissions. I think you should check your entry on the website, just to make sure it's okay.
Technology, don't fail me now. With urgency, I take out my phone and type the school's website. Fast fingers lead me to the art contest tab. Can this loading bar go any slower? Fuck, that just reminded me of what a spinning wheel is called. You know, anybody who's watching, you now have to suffer with this knowledge too. The spinning wheel is called a throbber. Suffer with this knowledge.
I won't.
Finally, the page loading. Yes, it is called a throbber. That spinning loading wheel, it's called a throbber. You're welcome. Finally, the page loads in, and... oh. Looks like submissions have been closed.
Alright.
I held the phone up for Olivia to show her the page.
Submissions have been closed since voting started last week. Oh.
I don't think that's like an O, that's like an O.
Oh.
Sheesh. I thought Mr. Ioticon had spooked me. Olivia's all seized up. Well, that's quite reassuring. With the submissions closed, there's no chance of any hackers messing with them. Olivia doesn't seem convinced, still drumming her fingers on her desk. Hopefully she'll feel loads better when the preliminary winners are revealed. Speaking of which, as the bell sounds, the class begins to pack their things, and Ioticon corrals everybody into a single file line.
Alright, everybody, we have an assigned role, so stick together.
Before I join the rest of the line, I look back at Olivia, who seems to be stalling. Come on. Oh,
Oh.
huh? I broke the game! Yippee!
Well, stay pink, stay gold, stay beautiful. Catch you next Wednesday.
Oh, ignores the exception.
Goodbye, everyone.
Oh.
Oh, never mind.
So I pressed F1 and then I pressed like F1 and then F2 and that, yeah. If you press F1 then F2 and then escape, it for some reason just sometimes does that. I don't know. Stop pressing buttons. You can't tell me what to do!
Seizure warning.
I am gonna break it again, yeah. Come on. I'll walk with you. That seems to stir something up in her. She glances up to me while hastily shoving a notebook in her bag.
Yeah, I'm coming.
As we head out the door, I notice Olivia shuffling her hoodie a lot.
Did you stuff something in there?
A bomb!
Nah!
It's not a long walk to the auditorium. Who the fuck are you? It's not a. Who the fuck are you? It's not a. Who the fuck are you people? It's not a long walk to the auditorium. Despite Adacon's best attempts, most of the class splits off to sit up with her friends. Yeah. I expected this. He shrugs and makes his way over. Who the fuck is calling me? Yo, a survey?
Nah.
Send a voicemail.
Leave me alone.
I wonder what the voicemail is gonna say. Oh, they ended before they can get to the voicemail. Get fucked. Having expected this, he shrugs and makes his way over to the back of the auditorium where the other teachers are. Olivia and I are left to the struggling crowd. We tried filter into the cramped theater of the school. It's going to be difficult to find some seats.
It's fine. I have a spot.
Olivia wheels herself down the pathway, to which I follow suit. She heads down the aisle until we're at the first row of seats.
Oh yeah, the cool seats.
Yep. There's a vacant spot where a typical seat would be with a faded handicap sign. Olivia parks her chair into the empty spot, to which I take the seat next to her.
Best seats in the house, right?
Can't complain. As the hall fills with more students, my anticipation rises. Oh man, I can hardly wait for the announcements. So, do you think I have a chance?
Huh? No, maybe. Photography isn't super popular, but...
No, I meant, do you think I have a chance with you?
Oh.
Olivia folds her hands on her lap, staring straight ahead as her voice trails off. What just happened? She's
I don't know.
I knew that, but I'm still hopeful. Hey guys! Hi. I have to remind myself that this is normal. Normal. Hey Liz. I can't believe it's finally here. Gosh, I'm so excited. Me too. By the way, where's Damien? Hey guys! I'm over here! Damien is in the far back of the auditorium, yelling and waving his hands in the air to catch our attention. He's gonna get in trouble for that. Frills! Sit down! Damien immediately stops and takes his seat. I like the painted background.
Looks like a photo.
It looks like somebody took a photo and gave it like a painted filter.
I think that's what they did.
Tempered expectations, we both sit in silence for just a few minutes before Principal Scalar walks onto the stage, taps a standing microphone. Yo, look, she got the cat mug.
I don't know why, but she reminds me of, like, she makes me think that she'd have the voice of Wanda from Fairly Odd Parents.
You can go ahead, I don't remember her voice.
I'm trying to remember. I can do Crocker.
No, give her a MILF voice.
Oh, god damn it. Alright. Okay, everyone. A whole bunch of important announcements to make. So I'll make them quick so we can all have an early lunch.
Perfect. As soon as the idea of going for an early lunch is brought up by Principal Scalar, the entire room goes silent as vigil. I guess when it comes to an early lunch, it's serious business. It really is. It really is.
Yeah, it really is.
Over the next 15 minutes, Principal Scalar goes over important events coming up in the school year. Most I would consider standard things like pep rallies for the sports teams, bake sales to fundraise upcoming field trips, and even something about new clubs being formed, such as the Japanese Anime Appreciation Society.
Like AP, like supposed to be above, like AP classes.
Well, it's okay. I've never heard of an AP animation class.
I have heard it.
Whack. Not the best acronym, if I had to say.
Wait, really?
That's
Wait, go back. I want to see what the acronym could be.
JAAPP.
Jabs.
JAAPS.
Jabs.
Japes. Because there's two A's.
Jabs.
Ah! Otherwise, it's mostly boring housekeeping stuff when one got right down to it.
Aww.
It's all mostly boring housekeeping stuff when one got right down to it.
Alright.
I almost wonder why such announcements warranted an assembly when the mood suddenly shifts for Scalar's next big announcement.
Now that we all got the main stuff out the way, I saved the best announcement for last.
Up changed.
St. Hammond is proud to announce the 5 semi-finalists for the annual Fresh Start Art Contest.
Cheers and applause roar loud enough to make my ears ring. Yet I'd be lying if I said I wasn't also excited for the reveal of who had just made it to the semifinals. Maybe I was giving myself a bit too much credit, but I really wanted to be amongst those semi-finalists. I can almost taste victory. In fact, I tried to face Olivia to prepare to cheer alongside her, but I'm stopped in my tracks when I notice that, unlike the rest of her peers, Olivia seems to be uneasy about the prospect. Almost scared, even. Before I can ask Olivia why her sudden change of mood, Scalar continues her next words, cutting off my train of thought.
And here we have the 5 semi-finalists.
Pieces of the 5 skillful students who had beaten all other competitors came up, followed by the names of the victors right above them. Alas, I see no photography submission in sight. At least I gave it a shot, right? Oh man, I didn't make it in. Liz's neck droops down like a melancholy noodle.
That was you today.
I can't help but feel pity for the bummed out Brachiosaurus. Bzz, bzz. Checking my phone, I see. Huh? What is that fucking photo of him? Look at his photo.
Oh, it's him and his like brothers, I think.
6'11", or 61. What?
Oh, that was like back then. That was back then. It's the tell Liz to come back here, bro.
Oh, okay. Tell Liz to come back here, bro. I'm sure Damien's got that handled. I'm sorry, just like... Huh? Would you want a long neck like that?
No. God, no.
Why not?
It would take so long to eat anything.
That's fine. Just eat better.
I'm the best at eating. I was made for food.
Sure, Damien's got that handled. Despite my sullied mood, I look back at the semi-final winners and can't help but be amazed by them. Each artwork is impressive in their own right, the colors blending wonderfully, the figures beautifully designed. It's easy to see why these were voted as the winners. The last one especially catches my eye. The scenic landscape with a setting sun looks stunning. Not for the slight stylization of the skyline and fantastical color palette, probably passed off as a real photograph with some filters pasted over it. No art critic, but if I were to label it, I'd label it as my masterpiece, and easily the best out of all of them.
Let's give our big winners a round of applause.
That term fills with the usual kind of clapping one would expect in an event like this. Polite with an underlying tone of disinterest. The one person felt compelled to constantly make a piercingly high whistle. I hate that.
Me too. We will be displaying the winners' art pieces in room 237. You're welcome to view them during lunch after school today.
Oh, neato. Principal Scalar continues the rest of her assembly, announcing the events of the school and some other minor reminders. Behind me, I see the teachers start psyching themselves up for the Herculean task of getting some 200 hungry dinosaur teenagers out of the room towards lunch without anyone getting killed. Principal Scalar finishes and waves to the back to signal them it's time.
Alright, we're gonna be starting adjourning for lunch. You all know how this goes, so no just going for the eggs.
Being in the first row, we're the first to get up. I follow behind Olivia till we make it to the hall. Hey, Olivia. She stops and turns a bit. Jeez, is she still anxious about the sight thing earlier? She looks a little pale. I wanted to check out the winning paintings a bit more. Want to come along? She considers for a moment.
No, go on without me. I need to use the restroom.
Alright, I'll see you at the lunch table then. Olivia nods and starts off down the hallway, following the flow of students towards the lunchroom. Let's see, the principal said it was room 237.
I bet she made it, haha, maybe.
She definitely made the landscape. First thing I noticed walking into the classroom is the amount of people checking out the gallery. While I didn't expect to be filled to the brim with eager students, there's a decent amount of people here. About a baker's dozen or so. Maybe more will come when they finish up their lunches. Well, I'm here now. Let's take a look at the lucky winners. These are all set on easels in the back of the classroom. Some desks and chairs are moved closer to the front to give each one its own space. One by one, I take a moment to give each canvas a thorough review. The auditorium screen didn't really give the art justice, because now I can really take in the detail of each one by being up close. Their color palettes, the brushwork, the subtle nuances, I can definitely see all of them having a good shot at getting first prize. But now it's time to see the one I've been eager to take a look at since I was first shown. What I recall from Mr. Iatacon's lessons, it's made with acrylics, explaining why the colors seem more vibrant. It stands out in defiance to the other paintings of the contest, most of which were either violently absurdist and meaningless or muted, still lives of ordinary objects. It's a meadow of mystifying colors, the organic lines drawing the viewer deeper into the piece, and I feel as though this would be a place I'd walk up to with a fantastical dream. There's no rigid structure or forced metaphors here, just a fantastical merger of creative expressionism and real-world beauty. I feel my fingers itching for the familiar weight of my DSLR. This is a piece that I want to immortalize in my portfolio. It's hands down the winner of the contest in my eyes. I simply must find out who made this. Looks like this breathtaking show of artistic talent was created by a semi-finalist winner. I fucking knew it. She submitted it under me. She submitted it under my name. That's why she was saying that it was hacked.
Oh my god.
She must have changed out our submission. Oh, I didn't want to believe it, but I fucking knew it. As soon as she started looking like worried when the submissions were closed, I was like, don't tell me you fucking changed her submission to your own because you can't compete. Because remember, she couldn't compete. She had already won. Oh, I fucking knew it.
Either that or she didn't feel like she could win and she just wanted to give Inko the win.
I have a feeling it was more so like... I don't know.
No, we'll find out.
That's a problem.
Oh, Inko, I'm glad you swung by. Looks like you're admiring the art contest winners. I told you that St. Hammond's artistic programs were unparalleled.
That's not mine.
What's not yours?
I try to say more, but the words won't leave my mouth. Ben's eyes follow mine to the bottom of the painting in front of me. I watch as he makes the same realization I do.
Inko, you didn't... Did you paint this? I had no idea your style was so developed, so humble. If I had known...
That's not my entry!
It's not?
No, mine was a photograph.
But what's your name doing on this one?
Must be some kind of mistake. A million scenarios come to mind. They must have gotten the wrong name somehow.
If they did, I think the real artist would have come forward by now.
Then the submission website must be hacked or broken.
But our school checks for stuff like that. If it was, we would have known by now.
Then,
Inko, you're sure you didn't submit somebody else's piece by accident?
of course I didn't. Why would I do something like that?
You're the only one who can log into your account, Inko.
Suddenly, everything stops. My account. Did somebody...
Look, relax, alright? We'll get this sorted, just don't panic.
Ben lowers his voice.
But Inko, just to be clear,
What?
you didn't just get a bit of extra help, right?
Ben looks at me through the edge of his glasses, eye to eye.
There's some real stakes in this contest. Cheating is taken seriously. Especially fraud.
The word echoes around inside me. Fraud. It makes my bones chill. There's ingenuine, faker, liar, they're all bad in different ways, but fraud is just dripping with frigid condemnation. No, I swear, I submitted a photograph. Ben relaxes his shoulders.
Alright, just making sure. Sorry to alarm you.
It's perturbing how you can go from deadly serious to jovial just like a flipped switch.
You going to be alright?
Sorry, I need some air.
Hey, feel free. I'll let Skylar know, okay?
Yeah, thanks, Ben.
No problem. Take it easy.
Ben offers me an earnest smile, waving at me as he steps out of the room down the hall. After some time, I follow him, shambling down the hall as I try to make sense of what just happened. I thought
Hold
everybody
on.
actually liked my photography. What?
Hold on. Somebody who has access to his account to do that.
Are you thinking, Liz?
Yeah.
Liz was disappointed that hers didn't make it.
Yeah, but at the same time,
But also, Olivia didn't want to come into the room with us. And she's been looking down and disappointed this entire time and, like, lost in thought, hiding in her hood.
that is true, but how the fuck could they get into his account? The only one I could think who could do that is...
Maybe he left his account logged in.
I don't think so.
I wouldn't put it past him.
He is a fucking idiot, but again, I don't think it'd be something like that.
I still think it's Olivia.
Hmm. Yeah, Zyra's got a point. Olivia's an obvious one, so it'd make sense if it was a red herring.
Fair enough, but she was talking about the website getting hacked.
Ooh, wait a minute. What if it was what's her name? Not Liz.
Mia?
Mia.
Why would she...
Consider
What?
Ben has possibly access, so she could have gone on with the Ben stuff, and fraud was just stated to be like a serious offense.
Oh. Possible.
So this could be one way of like uh fucking Mia getting back at him.
But why was Olivia so worried?
Maybe it's because like she had her own submission.
She can't. She already won. She can't. You can't submit once you've already won. That was the whole shtick. That's why
I
I'm
don't
thinking
know.
that she did it.
I don't remember if it's like you could only do it once.
I'm pretty sure it was. Anyways,
Uh,
we'll continue. We'll find out.
we'll find out.
I thought everybody actually liked my photography. But they all thought I was some kind of expert painter instead. I don't even know how to express it. I feel empty. Thought maybe my hard work was finally paying off, but Submitted the right entry. So what happened? Did somebody change it? So, how? It's such a good piece, too. What is there even to gain by putting my name on it? I wander aimlessly through the halls. The thought of missing lunch passes through my mind, but there's a different sort of emptiness pervading in my stomach. Why is this rattling me like it is? Man, it's not like I'm in trouble or anything. Ben's helping me sort this out. I'm at a loss to what to even think right now. Oh crap, Olivia mentioned something about the server issues before. I couldn't see my submission, but was it just that? Maybe Olivia was right to be worried. Well, duh, why else would she be so nervous? My aimless walking leads me outside the principal's office in the gala. There's only one cityscape painting from the start of the school. There's that one cityscape painting from the start of the school year. The very first painting I ever saw. Still one of the best. A vibrant cityscape that morphs the rigid structure of urban planning to a soft, inviting utopia, as if viewed from the eyes of a child. The sky above is a beautiful shade of crimson, with radiant clouds clustered along its length. The art contest submission was the best painting I've ever seen, and this one comes close. I can only imagine the accolades she must have gotten for painting this back then. You know, for a while, I got to have that experience. I got to step in the shoes of an artist much better than myself. Maybe that was the intent? All the praise, approval, everything I've been wanting? Just for a while, it's given to me by an anonymous stranger. Whoever that may be. Actually, this gives me a bit of an idea. If I'm clever, and Olivia's up for it, this could be a cool way to get her to show off her painting more. Everyone would like that. Maybe that's what she needs. I could act as, like, personal publisher for her, so she doesn't have to deal with people. Ha.
Actually, that's a good idea.
Wait a second. Peel down the empty hallway. I need to find Olivia. She couldn't possibly. But why me? Why would she... Thinking about it only increases my worries and desperation to find who I only hope to rapture Jesus isn't the culprit. I haphazardly check the places where Olivia could be, but I can't find her anywhere. I hunt for the baryonyx?
Yeah.
Yippee! Leads me to the second floor of the atrium. Ah!
Actually, that makes sense if she's just a baryonyx.
What's a baryonyx?
Type of dinosaur.
Do they look
Looks like a
gators?
gator.
I'm gonna look it up. Hold on.
If you want, I can get you a photo of it.
Baryonyx. Bro does look like a gator.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah.
It feels like there's a lead brick in the pit of my stomach as I internalize my current situation. The soft pattering of rain hitting the window grabs my attention. I see a gloom-covered caldera outside. My eyes wander along the school's pathway, covered in mud thanks to the earlier rainfall. Wait a minute. Those look like tracks in the mud. Burst through the main entrance doors, and I'm met with a feeling of droplets hitting my head. Outside, a dark overcast has rolled in. The forecast called for an on and off rain during the day, but pretty gnarly clouds. Makes it look almost dusk around. Crap, what am I wasting time for? Follow the trail with urgency, fearing the rain will wash it away. Looks like it goes down the whole pathway. I ignore my clothes becoming progressively damp and the water collecting on my shades. Eventually, I round the curve that leads to the bridge to see a distressing item at its end.
What the fuck?
Olivia's wheelchair. Empty of the occupant, toppled on its side. A new fear grips me, born from the mental imagery provided by the sight. As cruel thoughts push me up the steps faster than humanly possible, my rational mind tries to reassure me. Running across the deck, my breath is caught in my throat when I reach the middle. She's on the ground, head slumped down. There's damaged, soaked school supplies scattered all over the walkway. Oh god, is she okay? My foot shifts, trying to force me closer. Slowly, her head lifts up to the sound of my shoes squelching on the floor.
Echo.
Her tear-stained eyes stare at me with a dead expression as her voice sounds weak. Olivia. I feel like I can finally breathe again. Slowly, Olivia pushes herself up. I notice she's lying atop of paper shreddings. The feeling of relief slowly fades away as I remember just why I was looking for her. We stay silent, only staring at her as the rain continues to bear down on us. She simply sits there, letting herself grow more and more soaked from the rain. You want to talk?
No, not out in the open.
I grab my compact umbrella from my backpack and unfurl it. Doesn't do much to dry Olivia off, but at least she's not getting more soaked. The umbrella is placed between us and the elements against the ledge, forming a personal canopy above us. Here. Now we're alone. There's space next to Olivia to take a seat. It's odd. We've sat together before, but sitting on the ground in the rain, and the room is just a little claustrophobic. As bits of paper melts onto the pavement, soaked by the rain. Though torn apart and waterlogged, I could sort of make out a tree. A rough sketch of one, anyways. Like the one that stood prominently in my false submission.
Okay, yeah.
So you did do it.
Go, please. I can explain. I didn't have a choice.
What?
I know what I did was wrong, but I didn't have any other way.
Isn't a choice not to not trick me? She avoids looking at me, focusing on the scraps of paper scattered about the floor like confetti.
It wasn't to trick you, I just... I get it, you're mad at me.
Not mad. I'm just confused. I thought we were good friends.
I wasn't expecting it. Expecting you.
She pauses to give her throat some respite. Her usual water bottle isn't anywhere nearby. A shaky breath escapes her mouth.
You came around, I thought you were no different than the others. And you're some self-centered, pretentious midwit who only cares about his image. That's when I got the idea of using you to swap your heart out with mine. You didn't seem like the kind of person who cared about how he gets the attention from others, that he just gets it.
Her description of my character feels really reductive, but the ache in my chest tells me it hits a little too close to home.
That's not what I think of you now. Ayakon's the only person I can trust. So when he went to bat for you, saying we'd make good friends, I was worried. What's so special about this guy? I honestly got scared he'd be wrong. That you'd just be like everyone else and I'd be setting myself up for failure. But worse than that, Ego. I was afraid he'd be right. And I'd have to face what I'd done to myself. Yet now I've gone and done something like this.
Switching my contest entry? She nods, swallowing hard.
I wasn't thinking. Suddenly, everything was out of balance. Everything I'd created, all of my work, my own little world was suddenly changing, and I had no control over it. I just had to do something.
I didn't know I was doing that. I'm sorry. She stops to process my words and continues.
I knew I'd get caught. It's stupid. I was hoping for it even. Someone to figure out that it was swapped so it wouldn't be changed and everyone would be none the wiser.
She turns to face me with silver eyes, welled with tears.
I'm sorry. Please don't hate me. I just don't want to go back to being the person I used to be. The person who didn't care about hurting you.
Her head tilts downward with a violent hitch of breath. Ivory claws extend and grip at her knees in a painful display, and yet Olivia chokes back any sound that she'd make. Her body shudders with every heavy breath from her. I realize that every last defensive barrier that she had was completely gone. Olivia's laid herself bare, leaving only the crying girl desperate to trying to silence her pitiful tears. Say this one. What do you think?
I can't hate you.
Faced with those unbidden words from Olivia, I'd have to be a heartless bastard to do anything but accept her apology. It's clear that the guilt has been rotting in her conscience since forever. What she did was wrong, no doubt about it. But then again, I'm thinking of her circumstances. How can I blame her? How could anyone? I probably would have ended up having to do the same thing in her shoes. At this point, Olivia puts herself through enough stress as it is. There's one thing she might need to hear right now. It's that I forgive her. I don't hate you, Olivia.
You don't?
No, I don't. I won't lie. I definitely felt hurt when I first found out. But the fact that you're willing to admit your mistakes now shows that you're growing as a person. I'm really glad to hear that we're friends. It's refreshing to hear her say it. I was worried she was only just putting up with me. Olivia seems to understandably puzzled by my lack of anger towards her.
I'd figure you'd be more upset. Is this just for your pity? If so, I don't want it.
It's not pity, Olivia. I'm accepting your apology. I don't want you to feel guilty about it. The sooner we can put all this behind us, the better.
But
I can tell you're a good person, so don't worry about it, alright? I offer her my best smile. Olivia slowly nods.
when you put it that way, I guess. But still, truth be told, I deserve to fail. To actually face consequences. I'm such a fucking fraud.
No.
All over a damn painting.
Olivia, you did what you thought you had to do, and you're saying sorry for the consequences. That's all that matters. I scooch closer to Olivia. That was you taking action in a way I never would have guessed. A crime of passion, I think it's called. I'm probably wrong, but she gets the idea. The world runs on those. You don't need to change. I don't think you did anything wrong. She leans her head against the wall of the railing before looking at me with a half smile.
Thanks. You're right, I'm just throwing everything away like an idiot. I'm just scared.
I'm here with you. I coax the rest of the tired grin from her. She looks down at the shredded papers again. After that, after everything was said and done, things became quiet. Beneath the solace of my umbrella, we relax together. At least until Olivia begins shifting uncomfortably. I sit and watch as she takes her calves and shifts them to her side with one hand. Her tail comes around, presses into the paper-filled floor before her, keeping her upright she starts to lean forward. Finally, with the strength of her tail in one arm, Olivia lifts her hips from the floor, swinging her shins fully beneath her. She smiles as she kneels over me.
You just going to sit there.
Crap. I guess I was gawking stupidly. But it's just so fascinating, seeing the girl maneuver herself these odd yet well-practiced ways. I'm actually kind of jealous. I wish I had a tail to do some of the things she could.
Me too, man!
I press my hands down on the floor and push myself up. I don't know why. I had thought to stand, but instead I shift myself to a kneeling position too. We're face to face now.
Kiss? Oh.
Let's go! We hooked the gator!
Yeah!
Let's go!
We did it!
For a split second, I feared the worst as Olivia drew me into a hug. I don't know what she would do, but this. I like this. For how strong her arms are, how they're wrapped around my chest feels exceptionally tender. My own arms have enveloped her, returning the embrace in a similarly soft way. As her arms loosen, I draw back. I don't want to take my hands off her. That was nice.
Don't make it weird.
Sorry about that. Though the sound of the rainfall hitting my umbrella, did my ears suddenly pick up the noise of what sounds like squeaking?
Oh, shoes.
Look down and see there's something shuffling in Olivia's pocket. Baby.
Red!
The little beast emerges from its hiding spot with a squeaky yawn.
To
which Olivia offers
me.
To which Olivia offers her hand for it to use as a platform.
Hey, little guy. Nearly forgot about you. Have a nice nap.
That's a rat.
No, right. You do have a minute. Each other. Inka, this is Guts. Guts, meet Inka.
Oh, hi, Guts. I awkwardly wave at the apprehensive-looking rodent. Aww. Little
Aww.
baby. Little baby. Olivia lifts Guts onto her shoulder gracefully, like her hand is an elevator for him. You brought him to school?
Oh, yeah. I just really needed him today, since, you know, all the crap that's happened. Reminds me of the time when I brought my mice to school.
That her face looks so scrunched.
It really does.
She don't got the gator face anymore. She's just...
It's the dog who ate bees.
She gives Guts a few scritches under his chin. That's his head.
I bring him sometimes when things get rough.
And nobody noticed?
You haven't.
Touché.
He had a con dead once. Just told me not to let him run around the school, otherwise it'd be considered a health hazard or something.
The tardy bell rings out in the distance. We're late for our next class. I'm sure Ayatacon will understand. We should probably get back to class. Here, hold this. I gave Olivia the umbrella so she and the rat could stay dry while I go fetch the wheelchair. Gator Hugger, you did the thing! Yippee!
We did it!
I got an achievement for it!
That's it. That's it. No more game. We're done. Goodbye, Gator Wednesdays.
Yippee! No. By now it's settled into some mud. The wheelchair's definitely seen better days. After dusting off the dirt and pooling water best as I can, I make my way back.
Thanks.
She offers the umbrella back, but I make sure to hold it above her. I keep the wheelchair steady with one hand as she climbs back into the seat, using her tail to help herself up.
Yay.
Aww.
Sorry.
We stand in the rain and...
This is my gut reaction, sorry.
We stand in the rain in silence for a moment, only sharing content glances.
So what do we do about the contest now?
That's a good question. Ben was there when I saw my name on the painting. He already went to tell someone. Like you said, no harm, no foul.
What about your own submission? I ruined it.
I scratched the back of my bald head. It wouldn't have won anyway. It's just a picture.
No. I thought it was pretty okay.
Hearing those words from Olivia sends a strange flash of heat to my face. It's not unpleasant, but again, those honest words from her really do cut through for me for some reason. Thanks. A loud squeak draws my eyes to Guts as he stands atop Olivia's shoulder. You too? A wry smile stretches across Olivia's face.
I think it means Guts is actually saying so.
Hey!
Cut him some slack, Guts. Inko. Cut him some slack, Guts. Inko didn't have any time to make anything for the contest.
He's got some high standards.
Yep, that's why I've gotten so good.
The sheer absurdity of it. I don't know which of us broke first, but our laughter fills the air, heard only by us, and the rainfall cuts off all other noise. So, now what?
I don't know. I don't want to go yet. Still pretty worn out.
Or now. A smile crosses my face as a wicked idea comes to mind. Well, too bad.
What?
I walk around behind Olivia, grinning like a mad idiot.
Inko, what are you doing? Inko! Inko!
Her head tries to follow me as I stand right behind her chair. I figured that pushing your chair around is really tiring, so how about I help you out? Olivia blushes and looks away.
Fine. Just for today.
Turning to campus was certainly awkward. Passerby Shaw's looks. It's not the most common scene to see a girl in a wheelchair just roll on in, sopping wet and tracking mud in. More likely, though, because said girl had taken to using my umbrella to hide herself from those looks. She was already extremely red in her face. It was a conundrum. Drop the umbrella and let people see it, or keep it up and draw more attention. I shall name it the Nito Theorem. She's gonna kill me if I ever attempt to publish it. Making her way back to Olivia's current class, she simply shook her still concealed head. I didn't really have much of a choice. From all that I knew of the girl, her last classes were all on upper levels. She was in possession of the elevator key, and I was in possession of the weakest knees in St. Hammond, at least according to Coach Solly. So I wheeled her to my current photography class. Oh, I guess we're back outside. On the way over, she keeps bending her head back to peek at me, like she's making sure I'm still there. Knocking on his closed door, I always forget how to I got this.
Pterosaur.
Damn it. Pterosaur professor didn't even bat an eye at the poorly hidden girl. He simply stepped aside and let us through. Ben was looking our way, but I chose to pay him no mind. After everything I heard, Olivia didn't even register he was here. She simply rolled herself to the back of the classroom through a door, what I guessed was Ioticon's supply closet. You know what? I'm an idiot. It's a dark room, isn't it? The stares of my other classmates abated, thankfully, as our teacher continued his lecture. Taking my own seat, I focused on Ioticon. As much as I could, at least. My muddled thoughts kept distracting me from the whole period. Just before the bell rings, Ioticon stares me dead in the eye. He points a stern finger at me, then to the floor to signal, "You, stay."
Oh no.
Once everyone else has left, he closes the door and locks it.
Oh no. So, can you explain?
Explain, sir? He opens the door to the back and signals Olivia to come on out. That's you.
The mud-drenched clothes, the declaration of sanctuary. I was having a bad day.
She's looking a bit better. Still drained, but she's not shivering. Her rat sits on her lap. Ioticon extends a finger down to scratch under its chin. Baby.
I can see that.
Takes a seat against a nearby desk and waves a hand for Olivia to go on. When she doesn't, he shifts his hand to me. I look between the two of them. Mr. Iaticon's expectant leer, and Olivia's pleading eyes. Ultimately, I shake my head in the negative. I just helped Olivia get out of the rain.
Of course.
He slouches further atop the desk.
Can I tell you some other time? Sure. Whatever it was, it looks like you've recovered pretty well.
Olivia doesn't answer verbally, instead giving him a bashful smile and a nod.
Was it about your work again? Yeah. Oh, this girl.
Oh, Olivia's floating!
Oh, you raised me up!
He turns to me and points a thumb at her.
You know, the work she's so concerned about absolutely wrecks the grading curve in my class. For the sake of the other students, I had to put a limit on extra credit assignments.
Really?
Yeah. Never before would I even consider such restraint. Why punish someone for working so hard, I would think to myself. Then 4 years ago, this little green goblin comes rolling into my class. Half a semester and more than a few angry calls from parents later, my hands were tied. Young lady simply does too dang much.
Olivia smiles but doesn't look up from her pet. She also floated downwards.
Yeah.
It was much better than all the other students?
Well, no, I don't grade by technique. If I did, you'd be in big trouble, Lingo. Olivia's work was very good even then, but the main thing I admire is how motivated she can be. I haven't seen someone so enthused to just paint in years. Certainly haven't seen anyone so enthused, so I had to change the rules just like that. You were worried it'd stop me. Was I? That definitely sounded like me, but it didn't stop you, not even a little. Heck, that year you even got me to see some things differently. I don't think I ever did anything like that.
Snake is in no brain mode right now. He's curled into a ball, refuses to uncoil unless I make him. Little baby.
Little baby. You did when you came in class that Friday before Mother's Day. Take a look at this.
I'm handed the quill pen, and the first thing I noted about it is how soft the feather portion is. It's the special pen you always use.
It's actually from my wife.
Whoa. Inspecting it closer, I can now see the more intricate details. From the faded engravings on the shank to the maintained but worn point. It's well made, kept, and yet feather and brass showed its age.
She came in that afternoon with a whole stack of crumpled paint and drafts, so frustrated that she couldn't get it right, so determined to make it perfect. I say, any of these would be great, you would love any of these, and she fires back. If it's not good enough for me, why would it be good enough for someone I love? I did not have an answer. So I tell her to take a step back, we take a few hours over fundamentals once more. I send her home trying to get it right over the weekend, and come Monday, she returns and hugs me first thing. That Friday night though, what she said was on my mind. I talked about it all night with my wife. And that morning I decided to make a change for myself. My wife was molting at the time, so there was always a new feather or 3 in our blanket each morning. I took the biggest one, preserved it right, got a bit of help to make it into a real pen. I've used it ever since. It helps me remember to do my job right, for those I care about and for the people my students care about. I think what it was, it's the childlike reasoning that comes so naturally to the youth. That reasoning makes a type of innocent, earnest dedication, something I think I had lost for a while. Don't give me so much credit. You haven't lost it, have you? Good. Don't lose it for me, okay? Okay.
Ayataka yawns and stretches.
You feeling alright to go to your next class? Yes. I'm ready. Great.
He claps his hand over my back.
We should do this again sometime.
Mr. Ayataka ushers us out of his classroom as the late bell trills, handing us a note he rapidly scrawled on. Miss Prockling didn't seem enthused to see us come in late, but sighed as she read the late note from Ayataka. As I took my usual spot, I felt something odd in the corner of my eye. Looking up, it was to see Olivia looking my way, with that smile on her face. One that spoke so many words, yet I couldn't figure out what. All I could do in turn was try to match it, before focusing on Miss Prockling's latest lecture. As more time passed, the art contest fades into the background. Last week I had a scare when Principal Scaler called me into her office. I feared that they figured out what Olivia did and assumed I was part of it, just as she predicted. Luckily, that wasn't the case. Instead, she just wanted to inform me that they had no leads on who could have done the swap. Since it was tampered, it'd be removed from the contest. No skin off my back, honestly. As compensation, she gave me one of the runner-up prizes. A coupon for some pizza Italian restaurant called Dino Mo's. Let's go to Dino Mo's!
Yo, date!
Nim, would you go on a date with Bree at Dynamo's?
Hell yeah. I'm gonna go on a date with Bree, like, at a place called the Flying Saucer.
Take Bree to White Castle.
I'm not taking Bree to fucking White Castle.
What do you have against White Castle?
I've never been there and I have no plans to go there.
What's wrong with White Castle? I was about to say something stupid. Not the biggest pizza fan, but not a bad price to get out of all of this. Saving it for a rainy day. That was yesterday, idiot! Give in to the thought. I was gonna say, White Castle, perfect for two people who are as 0xFFFFFF as you two.
For context, I am one of the palest motherfuckers. And if I were to put my skin up to the light of my window, literally, it blends in with pure white. I've been called downright vampiric.
I'm pretty sure you, like, went onto MS Paint and got, like, the actual, like, values, and it was just 255, 255,
No, Jimbo
255.
did that. Jimbo did that.
Was it actually 255?
Yeah, I think so. Let me actually see if I have the image.
I'll continue with this for now. However, I found myself in a conundrum of doing my own thing. Of my own doing. My peers' concern about my entry were resolved. They hadn't counted for the new questions about my portfolio. My paint portfolio. The few times I showed off my photography work, they'd been mildly impressed at best. Oh no.
It's in stream discussion.
See this?
Pretty sure it was Jimbo or Walt who did it.
I like how it's in Comic Sans.
Yeah, you can show it on stream, I don't care.
Alright, here, hold
on. For context, you're gonna see a picture of my arm when it was illuminated by sunlight.
Alright, hold on, let me switch over to OBS. Let me just, there you
I
go.
hope you know that recently I flashbanged myself, actually.
Fucking white. You're white.
One time when I had to get out of the Uber to go to my doctor visit, I opened the car, and as soon as my skin hit, like my forearm hit the sunlight, I accidentally flashbanged and blinded myself.
Good job.
I was like, ow!
A shine.
Yeah.
They were never upfront about it either. No, instead I got the runaround. Oh, yeah, these are nice, Inko. Not bad, but what about what you did for the contest? Can't even be mad about it since it's just another misunderstanding, unintended lie from my side of things. But then I had a thought. What if it wasn't a lie? What if it was actually a good paint? What if I was actually good at painting? After working on it for a past month. Yeah, no, I can't unscrew this. The past 3 weeks I've been staying after school, making use of one of the club's rooms to practice.
Yee, Shango, did you listen to any of the tips I gave you?
Using everything I had at my disposal, namely the textbooks for Mr. Atticon and how-to tutorials online, I'd stay as late as possible trying to get the same skill level as Olivia. As I stared at the horrid acrylic monstrosity before me, I could do nothing but weep at my own inadequacies. Not actually weep, but squinting at the Lovecraftian horror before me, I could see maybe a little progress drowning in the madness of the excess paint. Olivia had made good on her promise to teach me the time Mr. Atticon to borrow the... Promised to teach me around the time I asked Mr. Atticon to borrow the keys to the spare room. And while I memorized all of her teachings down to the letter,
What am I even looking at? Are you trying to an abstract sort of thing here?
it was an attempt at a self-portrait, actually.
I could probably post it online and some rich asshole would buy it.
Is that good?
No, never trust the opinions of people on the internet. But I trust you.
You're beautiful.
I learned that the hard way.
After a brief period of awkward silence, I let myself collapse on the stool behind me, toss off the oily apron in frustration. At this rate, I'm gonna be a double fraud or something. Splat. I don't even have the energy to get angry.
It probably looks better now, at least.
Olivia gets so good at this. Olivia, please, you gotta have some actual advice for me. She quietly hums to herself, slipping away the notebook she had splayed across her lap into the nearby bag.
Sorry, I was handling something.
Yeah.
Well, when I want to draw, it's usually because I've got something on my mind.
What, like inspiration?
Kinda more so I just envision something and want to put it on a canvas.
Amuse then. Ah! Ah! Hold on, I'm gonna try to read this fast. Amuse then. I don't really get it, but...
Jesus.
The door of the studio flies open and Damien quickly storms inside.
Jesus.
I'm sorry, I like that I can scroll back and forth just... Hey Nim, what's your opinion on, I'm sorry, shit like this is hilarious to me.
No, you're right.
Hey Nim, give me your controversial opinion.
Oh.
You like bread?
Yeah.
What's your favorite kind of bread?
I like sourdough.
I fucking love sourdough!
Oh.
Anyways. The door of the studio flies open and Damien quickly storms inside. I do actually really like sourdough. I like his face.
Sourdough's
It's not
good.
like the normal, like, shocked face. It's just, oh!
Yeah.
Inko! Olivia! Are you guys here? He takes heavy breaths as his vision darts around the room. After a moment's surprise, I raise my arm to catch his attention. Damien, what's wrong? The hyperactive Dilophosaurus spots me, taking a final breath before jogging over. Guys, I need to ask you something! What? Is everything alright?
Is something happening?
I can't help but panic. I've never seen Damien this flustered. You wanna come to the arcade with me and Liz?
I-
Guys, let's go to the fucking arcade! Wait. Let's go to the fucking arcade! There we go. Is that it? Yeah, that's what I said.
God, this guy's really like you. Wait, when was this decided?
I thought something bad had happened. Nope. Just asking. Liz already has the car prepped and everything. Oh. Probably should have expected that, but still. How did you know we were here? I did! I just kept opening doors until I found you two. I've been at it for a while, actually. Damon's eyes dart across the canvas that lies on the floor next to me. You working on your next masterpiece? Oh! Ooh, painting sideways is probably one of your trade secrets, huh? Olivia hides a snicker with her hand. Don't worry, I won't tell a soul. Yeah, that's right. Don't tell anybody. I leaned down to pick up the canvas and place it upright, deciding to remove the ugly painting and place it in the corner of the room to dry. Anyway, how about it?
To the arcade.
All of Baryonyx fidgets, her brow lowered in contemplation as she considers the question. The arcade. It's not like I had any other plans today.
Sarcosuchus or Caprasuchus. Caprasuchus and Sarcosuchus are a type of ancient gator. Caprasuchus, one of my favorites, actually was known as the galloping gator, which these things would fucking run at you.
You're
like
a galloping
horse.
gator.
I am. That's what they called me in high school.
Oh. Sure, why not? Alright, let's go. I like the wait, don't just and then it just gets yoinked. Inko,
Yoink.
Olivia, there you are. Damon was taking so long to get you, I was about to come find you myself. This time, both Damon and I were wheezing for air. Despite Olivia's protests and hesitation, Damon had wasted no time in grabbing her by the handlebars and sprinting out for the exit. Whenever I hear handlebars, all I can think of is whatchamacallit. There's this thing back in high school where whatchamacallit, you know, like love handles and stuff.
Yes.
Where back in high school, you'd take two fingers and you would quote unquote tase someone by like jabbing your fingers into the love handles.
Yeah, I know what tasing is.
Yeah, that happened a lot in my high school.
Me
Mostly
and my
between
brother
friends.
used to do it to each other.
I used to do it to my friend. He'd be like, "No, please, I laugh too easily." I'm like, "What?" And he's like,
No, back in my school days with Jasmine or some people that I really trusted, I'd punch them in the arm. Like I'd sneak up to them. How it went about, if I trusted you enough, I'd punch you in the arm. If I really trusted you, I'd punch you a bit harder, but nothing enough to leave a bruise.
Can I get punched?
Oh yeah, no, I trust you enough to drop kick you.
Yippee! I'm gonna fucking die! Despite Olivia's protests and hesitation, Damien had wasted no time in grabbing her by the handlebars and sprinting for the exit.
What, drop kicking people I trust is cool? It's kind of like I trust them enough that they won't yell at me for hitting them. And I trust them enough that they'll do the same to me.
I'll cry, and then I'll pick you up and throw you.
Yeah. I trust you enough.
You know what I'm gonna do? You weigh like nothing. I'll fucking fireman carry you.
I'll still carry you.
I'm gonna fireman carry you. Y'all, if you're light, and allow me to, I can fireman carry people.
Last time I checked, I'm, what, 142 or 143?
Chris can tell you I fireman carried him around the convention at one point.
Nice.
Like, literally, I was like, hey, can I, like, I don't want to bridal style carry you because, That seems like Martin's job, but can I fireman carry you? He's like, sure. I'm like, bet. And so I just leaned forward, picked him up, and started walking around.
Nice. It's a fun way to show trust. Yeah, no, if I punch somebody in the arm, I trust them enough to show, like, it shows that I trust them enough that they won't get pissed at me when I punch them in the arm.
I'm more the type to, like, hug and pick up people. If I can't
I'll
quite...
hug and pick up anyone.
If I can't quite fully pick you up, I will still try to lift you up.
No, I'll hug and pick up anyone.
It's really funny. It's really funny because I'm working on my arms and legs not just for myself at the gym, but also because I need to get strong enough to be able to lift Zach at least an inch off the ground.
Oh, I can do that easy.
I'm working towards it. I'm like, I definitely can, but I'm working towards strengthening myself so I can get him a little bit higher off the ground.
I know a cheat way to lift up anyone. I used to lift up my mom.
Don't break your back doing it.
Who says I need to use my back?
Oh. Cheap
All
way.
in the legs, baby.
Cheap way. Use a pulley system.
It's all in the legs, baby.
So true. Despite Olivia's protest hesitation, Damien wasted no time in grabbing her by the handlebars and sprinting for the exit. I had chased after them, all while Olivia screamed like a banshee as she was being pushed through the hallways at breakneck pace. Yeah. I took a deep breath and stand upright. Olivia's claws have dug into her armrest. She's definitely trying to kill Damien with her glare, which she happily ignores. Why didn't you just message me or something? I wanted to, but... didn't want to ruin your concentration, man. So instead, you... oh, that's you.
So instead, you kick the art room door open.
Yep! Liz had the good grace to look embarrassed on Damien's behalf. But yeah, gave you a little bit of extra time, right? You've been staying late for forever now. I can't hide the wince. It hadn't occurred to me that more people would notice. Ah, relax. Like you're the only one. Yeah, I sometimes need to stay behind for student council and club meetings. Right, sure. So, come on, cars in the student section. Dino Duo head towards the student parking lot, heading towards a rather old but well-kept sedan. Olivia grumbles silently to herself, but follows nonetheless. Did they just inverted. Like, it's just inverted.
Alright.
I love my perfectly mirrored school campus. Come on, dude. It'll take a few minutes to get Olivia in, and then 30 to get to the arcade.
Won't take that long. Damn.
Olivia huffs and wheels herself to the passenger side, opening the door for herself. Do you need any...
It's fine.
To punctuate her statement, Olivia uses her strong arms to lift herself on the armrests. And with more grace than I thought possible from the olive-scaled girl, she manages to flop down the passenger seat. I stare at the abandoned chair, wondering where to put it. I've got room in the trunk, Inko. Plunk. The trunk lid pops with a heavy thunk to punctuate that. It takes me more time than I'd like to admit to figure out how the locks actually collapse the chair. Once it's done, I'm able to slide it into spacious storage easily. David had already hopped through the window of the front passenger seat by the time I'm done. Why'd you hop through the window? As if he'd practiced the maneuver. Clack, clack, clack. I simply opened the door behind Liz's seat, watched a pile of soda cans empty onto the pavement below. Ah, sorry, those are from this morning. I just toss them into the back seat when I'm done. Surprise, Liz doesn't make you use a bag. I do. Damien pulls up an overflowing plastic bag as if it were a trophy. Why haven't you tossed all those bottles out already? I'm saving them for a project about recycling. Plus, I'm going to use a couple of them for a sculpture. Save me the trouble of going out and finding aluminum. I get to drink as much soda as I want. Didn't really say anything as Damien scoops out the rest of the cans from the floor of the car, puts them into a new bag, which he then stuffs in the car's trunk before giving me and Olivia a thumbs up. Alright dudes, we're good to go! I nod and slink into the semi-clean seat. My hand searches for the buckle of the seatbelt, brushed against something else, something warm and soft. There's a tiny gasp between me and comfortable mystery in my hand is yanked away. Huh? I look to Olivia and her hand held to her chest, her green face a scarlet tinge and her mirror-shade eyes bear holes through my head. You okay? The emerald-scaled girl turns her maw from me. I stifle a mystery chuckle at that. The warmth of my palm fades, however, leaves my hand feeling lost. Okay, all the safety checks are done.
No, it makes sense.
I know, but it's funny! That must be painful. Liz gets to the driver's seat and grips the steering wheel. Outside, she's craning her neck to check the mirrors and tires. Wait, Liz drives with her head sticking out the window? Liz pokes her head in. What's that? Her neck snakes inside and coils around and hook it. There's a hook! I just noticed there's a hook!
Oh.
Around the hook in the middle of the car. Then with a practiced motion, her neck continuously coils. Her head sits atop the neck roll, as if no different from putting on someone's shoes. Kinda looks like a giant scale-covered scarf. There's even still enough space for her to see the windows check behind her. Inko? Huh? It wasn't anything important. Alright. But, the city, right? I'd actually been wanting to see it a bit more up close for Yatacon's class. Do you know how much gas money it burned through to take a detour around here? No good! Cause neither do I. Let's do it. I like
Fair
how
enough,
fast it is. It's like, do you know how much gas money it burned through to take a detour around here? No good! Cause neither do I. Let's do it! Hey, what? No! I barely have enough as is. The view on the way is
on the way is fine.
I'm gonna pick Olivia's nose.
Alright. I'm looking forward to it as well.
You sure?
Yeah, I'll point out some stuff I remember along the way.
You're my tour guide now?
Don't make me change my mind.
Glad that's settled. Everyone buckled in, right? Liz pulls away from the school parking lot, starting down the opposite direction. I've always entered and exited. Weird to think, but the edge of my world was as close as a right turn out of my own school. Then again, I still haven't been living here for long. Anybody want a station? I don't think I've ever listened to the radio here either. Liz and Olivia hardly seem to glance Damien's direction as well. Suit yourselves! Within the span of a few seconds, the natural ambiance of the road is replaced with a loud set of decades-old rock music, sending vibrations through the car and everybody in it. Just as fast as it comes on, however, it stops as Liz haphazardly yanks the volume counterclockwise, turning the music down to a bearable level. Damien frowns for a moment, but he doesn't seem to contest her decision. Bzzz. What the? Turn off all notifications except for messages and calls. Between all the people I message, there's only one who isn't inside the car. Checking the screen, I see... Seriously? I don't know, Damien. So long as it isn't twangy country music. Sure.
Wait, you've been texting? How long?
Yeah, since like the first week of school.
What the heck, dude? Let me see your phone.
I hand it over and open the contact creation page. She taps the first few numbers and pauses. Then sheepishly yanks her phone from her coat pocket. She doesn't know her own number? Olivia finishes tapping her number and hands it back. She's entered herself as live long. Huh. Sounds very vaguely oriental. Bzz. Test.
Nice.
Yep, got it. Bzz. Me too! When I first started texting, when I first got like Chris or Martin's number, I'm pretty sure I was like, test, and they like confirmed it was them. I was like, all right, cool. And then I sent them like the dumbest fucking meme. Why is he grabbing his crotch? That was uncalled for.
That's why I sent it.
She giggles at her own joke, and despite being the butt of it, the mood of the car is too high to hold it against her. Before long, the dense forestry starts giving way to more urban developments. More and more decorative palm trees start dotting the paths as well. The silhouette of the city gets closer as we approach one of those spaghetti junctions leading up to it. Results of decades poor infrastructure decisions, multi-million-dollar projects promising to fix all the traffic if they just built one more overpass. That's so fucking true. Olivia is paying close attention to her phone. She scrolls lazily through some forum. What's so funny?
Oh, nothing. Hey.
Lizard Lounge? Oh boy, you're still browsing that, Olivia?
Yeah.
What is it?
Don't tell him.
It's this weird exclusionary chat room. They only allow dinosaur women. Men, and rather specifically human men, are banned. Racial segregation! I need a fucking screenshot of this. I'm taking... No!
Water time.
I drank some water, and now I'm taking a picture of this. I'm just gonna leave it out of context in game screenshots with no fucking context.
Yeah, fair
Not
enough.
telling anybody. Because he's so happy about it. He's like, racial segregation! Jesus, why is he so happy about it?
I don't know.
Olivia showed me once. People on there are like really weird. Humans are banned?
You weren't supposed to tell him. It's the last safe house for us on the internet.
I think there's probably better places for that online for you to associate with. Tell me about the racial segregation! I gotta take a fucking screenshot of just this. Yeah. You're up.
It's not that. Sorry.
You're good.
It's just how it has to be for our safety. Some dino girl can be doing anything at all, and there's always at least 3 guys commenting. She looks like.
Don't say it.
They also really bring down the quality of the site. Look, it's explained in the rules that humans have 1/5 the attention span of dinos.
Liz groans while Olivia shows me her phone. The graph is blurred to hell and I can't make out most of the text. I don't know how I feel about all this. What's not to get, Inko? Think about it. You're in a history class. It sucks. So you just remember, wait a second, I'm human, and stop listening. I wish I could do that. Huh? Huh? Huh?
Oh.
Huh?
Oh.
Huh?
Damien, no.
Huh? According to Lady Who, here you can.
Just a funny group of women like me. Lay off. Let me have it.
Find segregation so funny anymore.
Only in D&D.
You don't really believe that stuff, though, do you?
Not really. Just the rules of the place, alright?
Okay. Ah!
Ah!
Olivia sticks the phone back in her pocket with a huff.
Is the ride to the arcade always this long?
I think we're about 20 minutes away from the arcade still. Don't worry, Inko. The water fountains are integrated.
Shut up.
He even cackles to himself. Alright, I hope this place still sells the hot dogs for just $1. There's no way anyone anywhere sells hot dogs for $1 anymore, unless you're at Costco. Yeah, but they did. It was great. Olivia and I would save our lunch money just to go there instead after class.
I don't think I'd trust if it were still that cheap, honestly.
You ate a dog off the floor once.
That's different.
Dan fills the air with odd tales, his and Olivia's adventures in the arcade. She'd occasionally chime in to correct him on whatever over-embellishment. Even the last remnants of suburbia melted away as the skyscrapers overtook our view of the outside world. Finally, I'm in the big city. Here we are! Almost disappointed when we pull into the arcade parking lot. Large glass windows covered in sun-bleached promotional leaflets adorn the front of the arcade. The building itself looks a couple decades old. The place was probably successful in the past. I can only imagine they break even nowadays. Now maybe the recent research of retro deco could change it.
I could show you more on the return trip. Come on.
Yo, holy shit, this painting's so realistic. Wait, why do I kind of recognize that area?
It's probably in Cali. It's either in Cali or Florida. Or somewhere south.
Looking at the architecture, I'm like, it looks like a beach town. All I can tell from it is that it looks like a beach town. Guess she must have seen my brief hesitance. Liz unlocks the trunk, and I hop to get out Olivia's chair. I attempt to heave the thing out of Liz's trunk. It takes considerably more effort than I'd like to admit. Yeah, true, it is palm trees, but also the architecture of the buildings tells me that, like, it's specifically a beach town. It's not just, like, a beachy area.
Looks like Florida.
Fair enough.
Also, at some point, I would like to call it because it's almost been 3 hours.
Yeah! What's your call it? We can call it, like, once, like, we get into the arcade if you want.
Alright.
Now, how do I unfold this blasted thing? I think there's a release button, right? I check to make sure my fingers are all intact. I can see Olivia snickering through the passenger window.
Hinko-san, you have much to learn. Observe.
Olivia makes sure the brakes are held and heaves herself over in one motion. The chair is forced open by the momentum alone with a loud crack. She gracefully rolls by me, tongue sticking out in very smug victory over my ineptitude.
Ready.
Sweet! Even hurries inside as I can tell he's the most excited to be here out of anybody. Oh. Yo!
Damien Bug!
We can call it here.
Gator! No!
Ooh!
We hugged the gator, everyone. We did it.
We did it! Thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll be back next week, possibly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Possibly next week for more Gator Game. As always, stay pink, stay beautiful, stay gold. I don't know what...
Explode your neighbor.
Oh. I don't know what tomorrow is gonna be. I don't know if we're continuing the Mario and Luigi series or if we're doing something else. I'm not sure. I have to talk to Jazz. But bye-bye, y'all.
If you don't do the Mario series tomorrow, I want you to play Wobble Dog.
No, I was gonna see what Jazz wants to do because we might change. What we might do is we might cycle between series.
All right, fair enough.
Because like we could also because I've also got Paper Mario, I've also got Pikmin, So to keep things fresh,
Skip
instead of
bar.
just doing, like, all of them at once, you know? Like, cycling between series.
Nintendo.
Yeah. Anyways, let's see if we can raid anybody.
Let me see if there's anyone you could raid that I know of. Castbutt's still streaming, I think.
True, Cass is still streaming.
There's also Ivycomb.
We could go Ivycomb. Let's go Ivycomb. We did Cass last
Alright.
time. Go get them, they're playing Counter-Strike.
Go get 'em, soldiers! Throw bricks!
Remember to say brick in chat when you're in there. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye!